This is the Buzz Adams Morning Show podcast. Barstool Talk Daily. Except it's really early in the morning and no booze. For the most part.
Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
Good morning.
Oh, no, it isn't.
I'm tired! Gonna be honest, did a little too much, gave you a little too much. We're gonna bring it down.
It's today Tuesday.
Actually, today is Weekend Tuesday.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah, it's like a casual Friday, but even more chill, and on a Tuesday.
So let's get this party started.
It's showtime!
From the KLAQ studios in beautiful sunny El Paso, Texas.
Does anyone copy my transmission?
The Buzz Adams Morning Show is back.
Good morning, my neighbor!
Only on 95.5 KLAQ El Paso. They came up with a list of the best songs of the 90s, and I totally recognize the first song.
Chumbawamba.
God, Chumbawamba's not even on the list.
Was it 90s? It was a 90s song.
Yeah, I think so. It was late 90s. Nirvana's Smells Like Teen Spirit tops the list of the best songs of the 90s.
Oh.
This is according to Esquire magazine, notably not a music magazine.
Okay, who here thinks that they would be able to hum the melody for each one of these songs?
Not me. I only know. See, I do it so good it almost sounds like they're actually playing the song.
Yeah, you meshed in real nicely with that.
Number 2, they have as the best song in the 90s, Fantasy, the remix by Mariah Carey.
Can you? Okay, hum it, Joanna. All right.
I ran out of air. Now you see, yes.
Hold on. This is one of those songs that I know I've heard it 1,000 times, and I just never knew who sang it or what it was. So that's number 2. Number 3, Nothing But a G Thang by Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Nothing but a G thing, baby.
People get very cute with these lists. They're always like, yeah, they'd expect Chumbawamba to be on it,
So we're not going to.
but we're not going to put it. Smash Mouth definitely has a place, but we're not going to let them because we're...
Do you know Nothing But a G Thing, though?
Nope.
Nothing but... Well, you're not going to play that one?
Can you?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, probably not.
Well, I'm sure there's a radio edit.
Find the radio edit of it. 1, 2, 3, and to the...
Oh. Is that it?
Oh, God, I hope it's the radio edit.
It doesn't have an E next to it, like the letter E.
Uh-huh.
You never know, she could be earning her man and learning her man, and at the same time burning her man. Now you know I ain't with.
I'm going to make an admission.
Yeah?
Most rap songs sound identical to every other rap song to my ears.
Well, you
This
sound like...
one is iconic, though.
You sound like a racist.
Oh, good.
Really?
A music racist.
No, I'm just telling you, all rap songs sound like every other rap song.
That's what music racists would say.
Okay.
And that's realer than real deal.
Music races.
Yeah. They all look the same to me. I can't tell them apart.
Liz Phair and Run.
What? That one I don't know.
Daft Punk, Around the World.
Around the world, around the world.
Wow.
God, it sounds better when they do it,
Yeah.
I swear.
How about this?
Also,
you know what? This
you
is
know
kind
why?
of fun.
Because the music video for Around the World was kind of like iconic.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Where they just dance around in the circle.
Hey, where'd you find this list?
Esquire magazine.
Oh, is this going to be an article,
No,
Jan?
I mean like in the prep. Which one?
Wise.
Thank you. So I can also, yeah. It sounds a lot better when they do it.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oh, and the music video, Buzz, is so cool. Like,
Does it have words?
yeah.
Okay.
Around the world, around the world, around the world.
Wait, stop. There's something about the vocals that almost has like a Trumpian quality to it. Around the world, around the world, around the world.
Has Trump just been
around the world?
Has he just been auto-tuned this whole time?
Your Trump derangement syndrome.
Around the world.
You're ruining the song.
Yeah, stop it.
All right, how about Cannonball by the Breeders? Is that a song from
I
the...
saw them do that one live when they opened for Foo Fighters.
How's it go?
Oh, it's like, no, now I'm thinking of Nothing But a G Thing. the intro, though, is iconic. There we go.
You know, there's a
I don't
song...
think I've ever heard this.
There's a song with Cannonball in the lyrics from the 90s. It's right there. It's from Oasis. Slowly walking down the hall, faster
this
than
isn't
a
that
cannonball. Okay, well, they should put that one in.
I'm sure there's an Oasis song on Smith.
Here's one from the 90s that should be on the list. The one they play at hockey games all the time. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Oh, song 2?
Yeah.
Wait, we have
Woo-hoo-hoo. You know that. I'm nailing it, man. What are you looking at me like
You
that
really
for?
aren't.
A woo-hoo-hoo. Blur.
This one.
You were doing this? You didn't have a melody?
Woo-hoo.
Oh my God.
It's going to get to it.
Woo-hoo. You do.
The least recognizable part, and you do it terribly.
What are you talking about? That's the hook.
close.
That
Yeah.
is the hook.
Yeah, without the context of the melody, it makes no sense.
It makes no sense to you.
You're just going, woo-hoo!
Oh, here's one. I reckon at number
Goofy
12.
over here.
Number 12 best songs of the 90s. Criminal by Fiona Apple. Yeah, that's a solid song.
The one that starts with, I've been a
I've been a bad, bad girl.
Oh, and then how does the chorus go?
I have to make amends to the one I sinned against because I'm feeling like a criminal.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Number 13, No Scrubs from TLC.
Hell yeah.
That's one I know that if I heard it, I would recognize it, but I
No.
can't think about it.
I don't
Want no love. Scrub isn't gonna get enough love from me. Hanging on the passenger side of his best friend's ride. Try to holler at me.
No?
Nice. No, I don't know that one.
You know, I think
What's that one called? No Scrubs?
Scrubs.
one of the first things you had me do, I think, when I started just showing up here, is you asked me to write a parody song. And I wrote a parody using that song.
Of No Scrubs?
Yeah.
And what did I say?
You said it was good.
Oh, did I air it?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Should I bring it back?
Yeah.
You got to find it for me.
Yeah, I'll have to find it.
Oh, here's a call that we got on the neckline recently.
Okay.
Just in the past, I don't know, 20 or 30 minutes.
Hey, Buzz. Where can we find that chili dog song thing at? That's hilarious, man. Made my day. Have a good day, guys. Bye-bye. Love y'all.
Somebody did it online. Like some guy, maybe it was the There I Ruined It guys. You know, I play stuff. Are you familiar with the There I Ruined It?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and you played stuff from there before.
Could have been from that guy.
Sucking on a chili dog, 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 chili dog, sucking on a chili dog, sucking on a dog, sucking on a chili dog.
And today is National Chili Dog Day.
So I have a message directed to you
Yeah.
from our good friend Ponchi Herrera,
Okay.
comedian. He says, big F you to the morning show. I can't stop singing "Sucking on a Chili
Sucking
Dog."
on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on a dog.
He says, "I am totally going to kick Buzz in the nuts if I sing this all weekend."
You might be stuck with it all weekend long. It's Jack and Diane, but only the sucking on a chili dog line.
Chili dog. Sucking on a dog. Sucking on a chili dog. Sucking on.
Here we go.
Sucking on. Chili dog.
This is just going to ingrain it even more, Bunchy, in your brain. It's going to be emblazoned on your brain for the whole weekend.
Sucking on a dog.
I want to see him with that big ass drum he has, just pounding away and singing, sucking on a chili dog.
Bunchy has a big drum?
Yeah.
Oh, he's like,
what?
He's a big Locomotives supporter,
And you know how
and he
they
goes
have,
to the
like,
Locomotives games?
with that big drum.
with him and a hooligans, like soccer hooligans.
They take
And he
over
goes
that
to a
whole
lot of the games?
section.
He goes to bars on Saturday just to watch soccer games in Europe.
Yeah. It's a big
He
deal.
doesn't take the drum into the bar, though, does he?
I think
Hell
maybe, yeah.
Speaking of the There I Ruined It, this is, if you've never heard them, I recommend them. They come out with something just amazing every couple of weeks, I would guess. So this latest one is, speaking of Snoop Dogg, Gin and Juice, but sung by Kermit the Frog. Are you ready?
Hey.
They came out and said, yeah, we're using AI now. Like, they're using AI to do these.
My mind on my money on my mind, sipping on gin and juice. With so much drama in the LBC, it's hard being Snoop, F-R-O-G-G.
F-R-O-G, yeah.
Raise off these nuts, cause who gets none of these? I roll through the frog pond, feel the breeze. It's 2 in the morning, and the party's still jumping, while you mother found this.
Dubba G here. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show at 10, featured double shots throughout the day.
Love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Oh, guess who this is?
Buzz Adams and the KLAQ Morning Show.
You must be the greatest radio show host ever.
Buzz is back.
All right, here's a topic today that only the brave will want to take part in.
What does that mean?
BuzzFeed shared a list of things that people say it took them way too long to figure out. Things you learned embarrassingly late. That carrot cake is really made with carrots. Wait, is it or isn't it?
It is.
It is actually made with carrots.
I believe so.
I've seen some of them that put actual carrots in it.
Yeah. What else would you use?
Carrot
Flavoring.
Right.
I'm not even sure they have that.
Oh, I think they have a flavoring for everything.
Yeah, okay, good point.
People on social media are sharing things that they learned about, quote, embarrassingly late in life.
Almost like I was today years old win.
TIL.
Yeah.
Or today I learned. I've never heard someone say Yosemite aloud. I've been reading it as Yosemite.
Like
Wait,
Yosemite? Yosemite Sam? Are you thinking of Yosemite Sam?
And then a former president goes on and calls it that, so it confirms it to you. Yeah, that's how you say it.
Well, they said they'd never heard anybody say the word out loud.
When they gaze upon Yosemite's towering sequoias.
See, if there's one thing that's disqualifying, Trump has obviously never seen a Bugs Bunny cartoon with Yosemite Sam, or he would know how to pronounce Yosemite.
When they gaze upon Yosemites, towering sequoias.
Look, you have anti-Semites and you have Yosemites.
And then the sequoias kind of threw him off. And too many words.
How do you say hi to a Jew in the hood? Yosemite.
Oh my God. In the hood.
Here's what somebody else wrote on BuzzFeed. I once accidentally shouted, "I love necrophilia" during a class in 10th grade. I just read a book about a young teenage necromancer, and I got the words mixed up. Meant to say, I love necromancy. Instead, I said, I love.
Both are bad.
I mean...
Necrophilia is a little worse.
Necromancer is like wizardry, right?
That brings you back from the dead.
Oh, is
it's
that
like
what it
usually
means?
Dark wizards who can bring you back from the dead, yeah.
I mean, one is definitely way worse than the other, so...
If anybody...
Wait, what's worse? Literally bringing back somebody from the dead or just banging somebody who's dead?
Probably
banging somebody.
I don't know the evil you need to bring somebody back.
Well,
yeah, but you wouldn't
EMTs and
consent.
emergency room doctors technically bring people back to life
That's a good point.
all the time.
Not with necromancy?
Jesus came back to life, so...
That might have been necromancy. I'm not sure about that one.
If anybody is willing to share, you can maintain your identity. We won't bust you on the air or anything, but
I'm
you can
sure
send it a message.
Once you keep going down this list, one of them is bound to relate to me.
Okay, so there's this one I found out just recently.
This is a personal anecdote.
one. And Joanna, I want you to look this up.
Okay.
I was today years old when I found out that harvest mice crawl inside flowers to eat the pollen, and then they sometimes fall asleep inside the flowers.
They fall asleep in the flowers, and the photos are so cute.
Have you seen this before?
I have.
Buzz?
No.
Look up harvest mice.
In flowers. And they look so gosh darn
So these
cute.
mice climb into the flowers, eat the pollen, and then they just sometimes pass out.
Oh my God.
And then like the pollen is like all over them. It's
That is kind of adorable, isn't it?
so freaking cute.
Is this real?
Yes.
Yes.
I never heard of such a thing.
You were today years old?
Look how cute they are in the floor.
You guys are talking about the things I learned. You know, I didn't know a little while, maybe a couple of years ago, that Amarillo, Texas, actually means yellow. and I know Spanish, and I didn't know it was Amarillo, yellow Texas. Weird.
And I speak Spanish.
So I know Spanish.
Well, when you pronounce it Amarillo, there's no Spanish speaker who's going to think
Amarillo.
Amarillo.
I thought roadside memorials were actual graves. Wrote somebody. Somebody else said, Joanna, let everybody know about the app chat, because if somebody doesn't want their voice on the radio, they could always drop you a little line on the app chat.
Yeah, if you have something to add to the show, you can always send us a message in the app chat. That's on the free KLAQ mobile app, and all you got to do is tap app chat.
Somebody writes, in my 20s, I thought there was just red wine and white wine. I tried to order white wine. I was confused when the waiter asked which one.
Dude, me too. I didn't know there was different types.
I don't know the difference between a Chardonnay and a Pinot Grigio.
Right.
Oh, Chardonnay is a little dry.
Merlot.
It's a little drier.
I don't know the difference between a Merlot and I don't know.
All I know is white wine gives me a terrible hangover.
Yeah, and red wine?
Red wine is good.
Well, Cabernet Sauvignon is drier than the Merlot. It's going to have less legs, when you switch it around.
I don't like the taste of it.
All of that sounds legit. Like, are you some sort of wine enthusiast on the weekends that we don't know about?
Who, Nico?
No.
I have to put up with Buzz's whining all the time.
Somebody said that they were a grown adult before they figured out that a quart is a quarter of a gallon. We all knew that, right?
A quart is a gallon?
I think I learned at one
quarter
point.
of a gallon.
A quart is a quarter of a gallon, yeah.
Yeah, don't you have to learn that in school at some point?
Yeah.
Like your measurements and stuff? God, how many times did I hear as a student in grade school, right on through high school, I don't know why we're teaching you this. By the time you're in the workforce, we'll have gone to the metric system.
Haven't.
Still have not.
Those teachers underestimated how stubborn Americans can be about certain things.
Americans will use anything but the metric system.
Oh, you know what I did also learn the other day? So I had to tighten some bolt, and I got a wrench.
Did you have to do righty-tighty, lefty-loosey?
That's not the thing I learned today was. But I learned that, did you know like screwdrivers, the handles of screwdrivers can actually go through those, the circular part of the wrench that has teeth in it, and it can actually. I forgot who I'm talking to. No, I forgot who I'm talking to, and the reason
I know basic.
No, you don't.
I know
you absolutely
basic tools.
You don't even know basic tools.
Yes, I do. I know the difference between a flathead and a Phillips head.
That's as much as Buzz knows about any handiwork, guys. Whoever's listening to us and thinks, "Oh, Nico, you're bringing me to." So at the other end of a wrench, there's like a circle that has teeth in it. That's used to also twist sometimes, but
yes,
you can put a screwdriver through the handle, and that helps you get torque on the screwdriver.
So the wrench is used on the screwdriver, and the handle of the screwdriver fits through the hole in the wrench?
Yeah, so a screwdriver, Buzz, is used
I know what a screwdriver is. It's vodka and orange juice.
Joanna,
Joanna,
the least handy person I have ever met in my life.
For sure.
As somebody who is claimed to grow up on a farm, he can do nothing around the house.
I know how to vaccinate cattle, though.
That's great, Buzz.
Okay, how long did you have that thing? Well, first of all, you had a dartboard that took forever until I finally put it up. But don't you have a golf thing? Like, was it a golf dartboard as well, or
yeah?
And Buzz I had moved out by this point, and Buzz was like, "Can you come over and please put it up?" And I guess I hadn't come over, and for weeks he was telling me to please put it up. Please come put it up.
Let's hear from some of these other people who are not me talking about embarrassing things they did not know. I recently learned that POWMIA wasn't pronounced phonetically Palmia.
Oh, how embarrassing.
Palmia.
If you went up to somebody who was like, "Are you a Palmia? Do you know anybody who's a Palmia?"
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Hey, I was noticing your Palmia flag.
Oh.
I thought the term birthday suit meant an outfit you're literally supposed to wear on your birthday.
Oh.
Well, they're not wrong. It was a suit you wore on your birthday. Your first one.
I think we get the slang of birthday suit.
Look, we're teaching people things today. Abby says, "Oh my God, a quart is a quarter of a gallon." Had no idea. Please continue this segment so I can continue getting smarter.
Don't ask me about pints. I don't know how that works out. Like how many pints are in a quart?
How many pints are in a quart?
I don't know.
I just know a pint is
Now here's one.
2 cups.
And I want everybody to be honest here.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote about things that they learned embarrassingly late in life. They said that Rhode Island isn't an island. I learned that at 53 years old. What do you mean Rhode Island isn't an island?
Well, it's a peninsula. It's not an island.
But it's not an island.
So then it should be Rhode Peninsula.
But it's not.
Did it used to be?
Okay. I used to think it was an island. And then it's in like that part of the United States where everything is just so, like the little states are small. And
they're just all cramped together.
They're cramped
bunched
together.
up. Yeah.
So I just thought, oh, it's an island.
Joanna, did I ever tell you my ex-girlfriend used to live in Providence, Rhode Island?
You have mentioned, yes.
Okay, I don't know if I told you that before.
Abe says, when I was a kid, I thought Buzz was the owner of KLAQ.
I was today years old when I found out.
Marco says, I thought the textbook company Hill McGraw was owned by Faith Hill and Tim McGraw. I've been telling people that for years, and they never bothered to fact check it.
That's so random.
That's hilarious. Okay, so Rhode Island has multiple, it does have islands part of it.
But the main part of it is not technically an island?
It is not an island, no.
Those liars. Maybe they thought it was an island, like their map making was so poor back in those days that originally they thought it was an island? Is that a possible explanation?
It's almost like a delta. Like it has several rivers and
Wasn't there a
islands
show
around
called
there.
How the States Got Their Names? I should go back and watch that.
What little I do know about Rhode Island is mostly Family Guy based. I feel like.
Right.
Quahog.
You know what a quahog is?
It's a clam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've eaten many a clam
Joanna,
up there.
Did you know that a quahog
I learned
is
that from Family Guy.
Yeah, from Family Guy.
Do you know how many clams I've eaten when I went to Providence? At least
your girlfriend.
At least one.
God, I wanted to say it, but I
We have infected you like a zombie virus, Joanna. You are so sweet, and you would never say anything.
Rabies.
Yeah, yeah. It's like you've got jerk rabies from us. I thought cattle was a separate species of cow until grad school.
Hey, look at those cattle. Oh, you mean those cows? No.
Now, did you know that there are many different varieties? Like the most, the brown.
How many can you know? I'm going to do a ding. How many can you name? How many? Because apparently you grew up on a farm.
Hereford, Chalet, Brahma, Angus.
Wow.
Angus, yeah. We mostly had Herefords.
Hefsteins. I don't know if that was...
I haven't done this in a long time. Longhorn.
Oh, wow.
We had the Charlet are mostly white. Then there's Guernsey, Jersey. Those are milk cows for the most part, I believe. I'm kind of pretty much running
out of steam. That's a lot. Yeah, that's a lot.
I didn't know there were that many cows.
We mostly had Herefords. We'd have some Charlet every now and then.
Joanna, in Rocco's Modern Life, who's Rocco's best friend?
Hef.
Oh, Hef. Yeah, that's right.
Heifer.
If you want to continue sharing, I like the ones that apparently Joanna got a really good one just now. Can you share that with us?
Our friend Biani says, I thought narwhals were mythical until I saw a taxidermied one at the Tulsa Aquarium 5 years ago.
Wow. Oh, that's hilarious because even if I saw...
thought so too.
Yeah, if you saw a narwhal taxidermy, you'd think, oh, that was made up like the jackalope. That was some dude who got two animals.
Wow, this lived in the time of dinosaurs.
Yeah. Big horns, these narwhals. Unicorns of the sea.
I guess I knew they existed, but it seems like the kind of thing you'd have to really see to believe.
I only found out when Linux released one of their distros as Narwhal. And then I was like, what? I had to look it up.
95.5 KLAQ.
In Patch, 11 Hanks Road at I-10 and Eastlake, or visit ElPasoCornMaze.com.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vias, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
All right, BuzzFeed asked readers to share what movie moment actually made you gasp aloud.
We got some good examples on the app chat.
Well, let me get to our caller first. We have a caller, Harley. Hi, Harley.
Hi.
Harley, what movie scene made you gasp?
Korea's Parasite.
You know, I saw that one on the list.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like when you find out that there's a whole family living inside the walls or whatever?
Yeah, it was the first family, the first caretaker her and her husband. And I remember the whole audience. I was here at Alamo Draft House, and the whole audience in the theater just gasped.
It got a crowd-wide gasp.
Yeah, and I was one of them too. That was the first time a movie ever did that to me.
Really?
Yeah.
So you must have agreed with it getting the Academy Award
talked about too.
Pardon me?
I've seen the other movies y'all were talking about too, but none didn't.
None of them got that from you.
Yeah.
Parasite ended up. It won Best Picture, right? I think the director won Best Director, and it won Best Picture too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thanks, Harley.
Yeah.
All right, appreciate it.
Bye, Harley.
Yeah, I saw that on the list. I think it's just too hard for me to stay engaged when there's subtitles involved.
It's too hard for Buzz to pay attention. It's hard to keep your attention for most things.
There are some on the list that, I don't know, maybe I was tipped off ahead of time, but the Usual Suspects, when you find out that Kevin Spacey was Kaiser Soze all along.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really impact me
No.
as much as some people. Yeah. How about, is Fight Club on there? When you find out that...
that's a good
You know
one.
what? It's not on this list.
You know what? I don't think...
I did not gasp
No.
aloud, but I don't think I saw it in the theater. I think I'd seen it like after it came out on HBO.
I think that's more of a mind F. That's just kind of...
It didn't get
blows
that,
you away.
It didn't get that reaction from me. All right, well, what do they got in the app?
Oh, this one made me gasp the first time I saw it because I'd never read the book. It was my first time watching the movie at home. The Mist.
Oh, yeah. You know what? That's not how the story that's not how the short. First of all, it's one of those Stephen King, maybe 200-page novellas.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how it ends.
How does it end in the book?
Okay, so there's. Can I
get ready, kids?
Do I need to set it up, or can I just tell you the ending?
Just tell me the ending.
Well,
They're
no, set
driving
it up. You have to set it because the mist brings monsters, right?
Yeah, there's been some kind of government experiment. You don't know. They really don't go into the details or the nuts and bolts.
Anyway, there's a mist that surrounds a town.
And parallel dimension, there are all these monsters, hideous, deadly monsters. And in the novella, the dude and his son are driving, and they think they hear like a very distant radio signal. So they're going to try and make their way to where that's coming from. End of story. So they're both still alive at the time. That's how the story ends. The movie ends much better. And can we say how the ending goes in that one?
Yeah, definitely.
So the monsters are closing in. It's the father, played by Thomas Jane, his son, and a couple other survivors.
And a couple of other The Walking Dead actors.
Serious?
Yeah, so it's they're from The Walking Dead. I can't remember their names in the show.
Was it like Carol or somebody?
No, not Carol.
Rick, his son.
Carol is the one that at the end she had left the store to go find her kids.
Is she in it
and
too?
And she's at the end. She's alive.
So anyway, they're fleeing, and these monsters are real nasty. Like, they really, it's a fate worse than death. So Thomas Jane takes the gun and he shoots his son in the head. He shoots the other people in his head, and he turns the gun on himself. And right then, the U.S. military comes through the mist, and they're taking out the monsters and rescuing everybody.
And he didn't have to do that.
He didn't have to kill his son and everybody else. And it's Stephen King even said, "Oh yeah, that's much better ending." Stephen King said that's a much better ending than what I wrote, and it was. That's a good example. Was it on the list, or was that just?
No, it was not. That's from the app chat.
Yeah, I did that, and I think I gasped even louder because I had read the book. You got anything else?
The Prestige.
The Prestige is on the list, but not the part that I thought. I gasped, but not at the part that they say. Which part do you think people
when you find out he has a twin brother?
Nope. When you find out that Nikola Tesla had built a machine, and what he was doing was drowning himself, and then an exact replica of himself would appear elsewhere. That was the gasp moment. Not when
he's
you find
literally
out
killing his
he's
twin.
killing himself.
Yeah.
No, not his twin.
Or yeah. Well, his clone. He's killing a clone every time.
Right.
Well, no, he's killing himself. Yeah, because it's the clone that lives.
The clone lives, so he knows, I'm going to do this trick. I'm going to die, but this Tesla machine is going to
clone me.
That was the gasp moment.
Yeah, that's a mind effer.
Joanna, that one was on the BuzzFeed list, right?
It was, yeah.
But then
I thought it would have been the part where we go, oh, Christian Bale didn't have to clone himself with a machine.
He had a twin.
He just had a twin.
That was the shocking moment on BuzzFeed's
And
list.
Michael Caine has been telling you the whole movie he's using a twin. And you keep saying, no, he can't be using a twin.
No, the deal that got me was when you find out, he intentionally kills himself just
And Hugh Jackman's like, I'm going to kill the other version of me.
Right. Amber, hi.
Hi, good morning, guys. How are you?
Morning,
Doing
Amber.
Good. We're talking about movies, which we love doing. We love really getting in the weeds with this stuff. So what's a movie moment that made you gasp?
Well, it wasn't me, and it wasn't like a big shocking ending or a twist, but it's an older movie, and it's from Big Daddy when I'm watching the theater.
With Adam Sandler?
Huh?
With Adam Sandler and the Sprouse twins?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, with Adam Sandler where he kind of adopts a little boy.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see if you guys can guess which part made the lady next to me gasp.
When they called him the stinky kid in class.
When they peed.
No.
When they kept making rollerbladers trip.
No.
That entire movie, by the way, Adam Sandler's character should definitely have ended up in jail for the stuff he was doing with that kid. What? When he lets the kid call himself Frankenstein, that's probably not it.
When he pees the bed and he just puts newspaper on it.
When you see the old dude working at Hooters with Christy Swanson.
Nope.
I don't know.
It's actually the part. Okay, so it's actually the part where he's giving the little boy a bath because they called him the stinky kid in class.
Okay.
And he gets up. And you think he's not going to have anything on, but he has the bathing trunks on. The lady next to me was just beside herself. And then she started laughing when she realized that the little boy had clothes on.
Oh, she thought he was naked.
Yeah, so when the little boy stood up, all I heard was next to me. And then she started laughing at herself.
She thought she was going to see his Scuba Steve. Isn't it weird how much I remember? I didn't even like that movie.
It was a good movie.
I saw it once, and I didn't even really like it. Thank you, Amber.
Hooters. I like that movie.
What did you say, Joanna?
It's ingrained in your brain.
I guess. But I remember being in a bad mood. It's like, that's horrible.
That's bad parenting.
No, bad. He wasn't the parent.
Jon Stewart really should have been doing more.
Here is Manny. Hi, Manny.
Morning, Buzz.
Manny, movie moment that made you gasp.
Did you ever see Richard Gere and Edward Norton's movie Primal Fear?
God, I feel like I've probably seen that.
I saw that.
It'll probably come back to me when you start talking about it.
What part? I'm wondering.
When at the end of the movie, when Richard Gere is talking to Edward Norton's character, and he slips that he remembers, choking the other attorney, and he's supposed to be out of it when that happens. When he makes the transition from one person to the next, he's not supposed to remember. And at that point, when he says he's sorry that he choked Mrs. Vale and he hopes she's okay, Richard Gere walks away and realizes, wait a minute, he's not supposed to remember when he blacks out. When he turns around and tells him and looks at him, but when he starts clapping really slow, I was like, oh my God, I never saw this coming. And I always see things like that coming in a movie. You remember that one, Buzz?
Honestly, no. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Edward Norton, he's a young kid who lives in a monastery, and he's one of the altar boys, and the archbishop ends up being one of these, kind of pedophiles.
Like an abusive priest.
He has the kids there, he has the kids there act out, the boys and the girls. He has them act out while he video records them, and he ends up getting killed, and Richard Gere is the attorney that takes on this case, thinking Edward Norton,
doesn't remember.
Yeah, but it's really that's one movie.
No, I think you pointed out a gap in my pop culture knowledge. I probably need to go find where that's streaming and watch it. Thanks for the spoiler. All right, thanks, Manny.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, appreciate it. Joanna, let's just stick to the article. So they bring up Spider-Man Far From Home, and I got to tell you, that movie was nothing but, it's like
every time.
The movie was just made to make fans of Spider-Man go, every time something would happen or somebody, Ned is a wizard?
Ned is a wizard?
You didn't see Spider-Man?
I still haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it. It's already out on DVD.
No, I refuse.
You don't know that Ned is a wizard?
No, I'm not going to see any of the new Spider-Mans.
But I think the one where MJ is falling off the building, just like Gwen Stacy
Andrew
was
Garfield.
in the Andrew
Yeah.
Garfield one, but Spider-Man saves her, and then it turns out to be the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. But like I say,
I get chills just thinking about that scene.
Okay, well, speaking on the comic book track, what about Avengers Endgame?
There is an Avengers one here.
every time one of the characters, especially Spider-Man, anytime somebody turns to ash, it's just like, I just said that. I said it again.
What about at the beginning when they kill the Hulk? Or no, they don't kill the Hulk. They kill
Loki.
Loki, when he kills Loki.
He had it coming. I mean, basically.
I remember Lisa
How did so many people feel bad for Loki?
It was a gas moment because you don't think they were going to kill off a kind of main character.
I do remember Lisa and I gasped. We were like,
Loki? What are some other movies, Joanna?
Well, in the app chat and also in the list, somebody put the ending of Saw. And it's in
the
that
first one?
The very first one, when it's all revealed who Jigsaw was. He was the whole time.
Yeah, wasn't he a homeless dude there in the room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's a body.
Well,
right?
yeah,
Wasn't
body.
he supposed to be dead? All right, what else?
Yeah. The Others, when it's revealed that they're the others, they're the dead ones.
Is that the one with Nicole Kidman?
Yeah.
You know, I think that had a better effect when I saw it on TV, because when I saw it in the movie, I had gotten bored with it. Like, some of it was so boring.
There was
it
all
was
that.
a little slow burning.
It was a little slow burning.
There was all that
but
talking.
Yeah.
Did we say The Prestige already?
Yeah. Nico and I talked about The Prestige. I said the real shocking moment was when you found out that Nikola Tesla had invented a cloning device in the 1800s. What else?
In Zootopia, when Judy realized that Assistant Mayor Bellwether...
No. I knew I had Bellwether pegged. I knew she was dirty. I didn't know necessarily that she was the mastermind.
Okay, give me a break.
Her hooves were definitely dirty. Yeah, I knew I had Bellwether.
Zootopia?
Like, everybody thought it was going to be the lion. I forget what the lion's name was, but I knew it was that little sheep, Bellwether.
Are we really talking about Zootopia?
Yeah.
That's a good movie. All right. And in Split, when Bruce Willis's character from Unbreakable appeared in the final scene, revealing that the whole movie was actually a sequel to the one that came out 16 years ago.
And they did a good job of keeping it a secret.
Yeah, that was real good.
I would have to say it probably did get an audible gasp from me.
Even probably from Bruce Willis.
Oh my God, this has been a sequel to Unbreakable. Any others? There are some that I'm just not. They got a lot of them on here that I'm not familiar with. They got some other ones that
Can I tell you mine?
Oh, yeah. What's yours?
Okay, so there's this movie I watched where the whole time you think the main character, he's like kind of a knight, and he's fighting, and you think he's fighting the bad guy, but then the bad guy ends up being his father.
What?
Yeah.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one.
Hereditary. Have you seen that one?
When they show the little girl's head.
Yeah, when it gets ripped off.
What?
A little girl gets beheaded, I
Ew.
think on camera. That was pretty shocking.
Was it a little girl playing a 33-year-old girl who was actually playing a
No, it was
9-year-old?
an actual little girl.
They got a lot of Avengers in here. They got a lot of, like Coco I never saw. Oh.
Was there a gaspy moment in Coco, Joanna?
Yeah. When you find out Ernesto killed Hector. It was a shocking moment.
In The Visit, when the mom noticed over video chat that the old people her children were staying with weren't actually their grandparents, but escaped mental patients.
The whole time I'm watching that movie, I'm all, show the grandparents.
Yeah.
Because they're like video chatting.
Yeah. If anything, it pissed me off because it's like, how did it so happen that at no point, they're video chatting the whole time? Put your grandma on. I want to say hi to her.
They tried
and I
to-
knew there was like some kind of estrangement between the mom and the grandparents, but still, as the stakes went higher and higher, at some point you're like, okay, you know what? I'm going to put our differences aside. Put your grandparents on.
That
and they never did it. It was that a M. Night Shyamalan thing? You know what? I think a lot of the problem with M. Night Shyamalan is he did such a good twist in
The Sixth Sense.
The Sixth Sense, right, was so great.
That everything has to have a twist now.
Now it's like, what's the twist going to be? So you're looking for the twist, and he can't go with the first, he can't go with anything too obvious. He can't go with anything that might be a callback to what he did in any of his previous movies.
Yeah,
and I think a lot of times it ends up
stuck
being
in a box.
It ends up being lame.
Did you guys ever watch the movie 13 Ghosts?
Yeah.
With Tony Shalhoub? Well, one of the ghosts is like F. Murray Abraham's character, and you see him walking around, he has blood all over him. But it's revealed at the end, he's not one of the ghosts. He's still alive. That's kind of the one that's made me gasp.
They put in Spider-Man Homecoming when Peter went to Liz's house to pick her up for the prom, but her father, who turned out to be the Vulture, answered the door. I didn't gasp, but I did have this thought. How many people live in New York in this universe? Like a dozen?
They all know each other?
Right. It's like everybody knows everybody. Right. Wait a minute. This is a city of like 9 million people. How does it turn out that the main antagonist is his crush's dad? All right.
Hey, it's Daniel Paulus. I'll be along starting at 3 with everything from Aerosmith to Nirvana to...
You are our number one...
From Progressive through the website, app, chat, or phone. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a Town Square media station.
It's the Buzz Adams Morning Show, and we are officially live. Does this mic sound weird to you? Or is it just me?
I sound fine. Do you sound fine?
You sound fine, but to me, mine sounds weird.
I wonder why.
Anyway, I'm Joanna Barba. I am joined by our very trusty intern, Alberto. Good morning.
Good morning, Joanna.
We are without Nico today. I know, I'm sorry. Alberto is running the board for me today. Nico is out with his hernia issues. He's really got to get that hernia under check, man.
He hasn't gotten it figured out?
So he said they told him that even if he tries to get like a surgery for it, it's not going to help that much, or it could make the issue worse.
How?
I don't know.
How does getting rid of your hernia
A
make
lot
it
of
worse?
people, when Nico complains about the hernia, people will call in and say, don't get the surgery. It will make it worse.
They'll tug on his hernia.
Isn't that weird? And like Nico's like suffering over there.
Poor guy.
Anyway.
How did you even get a hernia in the first place?
I don't know. That's a good question. Well, someone tell us, how do you get a hernia?
I wonder how he got it.
I wonder how he did get it. But he is out today because he doesn't feel good. But we've still got a good show planned. I know that we did some replays there and people hate it. But it's okay because Alberto and I were busy planning away. We've got a lot of great stuff for you today. We've got Soul Asylum coming up in the next few minutes. They performed for us here yesterday. And Nico got to talk to them for a bit. It was a full studio in there when they were here. And it sounded great. So we're going to hear from Soul Asylum. We also have tickets to give away for Soul Asylum tonight at Lowbrow Palace, and we'll be giving those away later. We also have some haunted house tickets to give away. We've got a lot of housekeeping to do here, but I think one of the main things a lot of people have been asking about, Alberto, is who won those $30,000. We did the Q cash codes. Well, guess what? We have a winner. We got a winner. KLAQ congratulates Emily Barnish, who heard the money talk when $30,000 said, I'm yours. And congratulations go out also to all our Q Cash $100 winners like Adrian Torres or Blanca Flores. Of course, be listening to enter to win a trip to London in England to see Falling in Reverse, courtesy of Epitaph Records on KLAQ. But of course, congratulations to Emily Barnish, who was our $30,000 Money Talks winner. Amazing. Congratulations to her.
Congratulations. 30,000 big ones.
I know. Yesterday we got so many messages, people saying, who won?
I got a call.
You got a call?
Someone was like, who won the 30,000?
We didn't know until
at that time,
after the show who the winner was. I guess it's a whole company-wide thing, so it had to go through all the proper channels before we could announce who the winner was.
Yeah, I had to tell her, ma'am, I don't know who won yet. I don't know.
I know. I'm like, it's not me, so I don't know.
Yeah, as soon as I said, I don't know, it just went, click. I was like,
oh,
I'm
man,
sorry.
she didn't even say, like, thank you or have a nice day.
I'm sorry.
We are taking live calls, but it'll take a while for us to get to them because it's just Alberto and I in one room. But you could hit us up. What is that live number, Alberto? I can never remember it.
The new line number is 915-910-4995.
Awesome. And of course, we are taking neckline calls, and you're going to want to keep this number handy because we will be doing a contest that heavily involves you calling into the neckline. You're going to want to call into the neckline at 844-805-6325. That's 844-805-NECK. And I'm going to give you all the details for our contest coming up. But right now, what do you say we get into some entertainment news, Alberto?
Entertainment news. Let me pull up the music bed.
I did the thing where I put all the music beds into our system.
One thing.
So they're all there ready for you to go.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Some entertainment news?
Yes.
Joanna's Hollywood cheese whiz. Joanna's Hollywood cheese whiz. Joanna's Hollywood cheese whiz. Joanna, tell us more.
All right. Thank you for that, Alberto. An auction of Game of Thrones memorabilia over the weekend brought in more than $21 million. That included nearly $1.5 million for the Iron Throne. Actually, I should clarify. It was a replica of the Iron Throne. So it wasn't even used on the actual show. It was just molded from the original screen-used throne. And somebody was willing to pay $1.5 million for it. In addition, one of Jon Snow's long claw swords sold for $400,000, and a hard rubber version used in action scenes of that sword went for $106,000. Jamie Lannister's black leather armor went for $275,000, and Arya Stark's boy ensemble fetched $150,000. What's happening? Yo, you messing with the button?
Yeah.
Trying to make it sound better now, actually.
Yeah.
After you fiddled
I
around
up
with it.
a little bit.
That sounds a lot better. Thank you. Tom Holland has some big news. Over the weekend, the 28-year-old Spider-Man actor took to social media to reveal that he was launching a new line of non-alcoholic beer called Barrow. The news comes over a year after Tom opened up about his journey to sobriety. Tom announced the brand via a post on Instagram, and in it he's holding a can while sipping out of a branded beer glass. We don't have many details about Barrow just yet. However, it arrives on October 16th. That's tomorrow. The brand's official Instagram account teased that there would be 3 different types of brews, and they're describing them as being equally familiar and completely new. In July of 2023, Tom explained that his sobriety started with plans for a dry January, and it expanded from there. 6 months into sobriety, he said that he realized he was the happiest he'd ever been in his life, and said, quote, "I could sleep better, I could handle problems better, things that would go wrong on set that would normally set me off, I could take in stride. I had such better mental clarity. I felt healthier and I felt fitter." A non-alcoholic beer. You drink beer, Alberto?
When I'm at a date, I'll drink a beer. But actually, funny thing about non-alcoholic beer, we used to get, like, my grandpa in his older age would ask for beers. And my uncles would just buy O'Doul's and just give it to him like they're regular beers. And he wouldn't know the better.
He wouldn't know.
He was just putting them back. Pow, pow, pow.
Isn't it amazing? Like, everybody just knew O'Doul's was non-alcoholic. Now there's so many different options for non-alcoholic beers.
That's good.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't sneak them to people, but that's good that people are expanding their options and not just O'Doul's.
Yeah. Olivia Rodrigo was performing in Australia on Sunday night when she accidentally fell into a trap door on stage. Luckily, she wasn't hurt, but the video is making the rounds on social media right now. She quickly got up and laughed the whole thing off like a true professional and said, quote, "Oh my God, I'm okay. Sometimes there's just a huge hole in the stage. That's all right. Where was I? And continued on with the show. But the video is I love when people make edits of videos and then they add like weird sound effects.
Or they
like
loop
do,
it.
do, 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 and then boom, she falls in stage. It's great. Kevin Smith's celebrated 1999 comedy Dogma will soon be re-released in theaters and made available on streaming for the first time now that the director has finally secured the rights to the film after its one-time owner, Harvey Weinstein, held it hostage for years. Kevin Smith says hostage is the word that he would use for that. Smith confirmed the acquisition during a recent interview on the Hashtag Show, explaining that the rights had been bought off Weinstein recently, which allowed him to finally regain them. Smith is also musing on ways to expand the Dogma universe with new media, including sequels, TV versions, in terms of extending the story. He says these projects may even involve the original cast members. For years, Smith has lamented that the film was being held hostage by the Weinsteins, who refused to sell it back to him. This past January, he explained at a live event that he even made a $1 million offer to obtain the rights, but was turned down. During that time, he refused to be involved in anything related to Dogma on the basis that Harvey Weinstein had any connectivity to it. Now, though, the chains have been broken, and fans can expect to jump into all the warmth and nostalgia of the 1999 film. Artists collaborate all the time now, but it seems like it's been a while since we've had a bona fide supergroup. Well, that ends now. There's a new supergroup called Silverlights, and it's made up of REM's Peter Buck and the Black Crowes' Rich Robinson on guitars, Barrett Martin from Screaming Trees and Matt Season on drums and upright bass, and some guy named Joseph Arthur is on vocals. He and Buck released an album together in 2018 under the name Arthur Buck. But Silverlight's self-titled album drops November 15th, and their first single is out now. It's called Don't Go, Don't Stay, and here is a small clip of it. Yeah, we needed a super group, I think, on our 2024 bingo card. And with your entertainment news, I'm Joanna Barba. We're going to be giving away haunted house tickets this week. I won't be doing Halloween, Queen of Halloween trivia. But instead, Alberto, we're doing a new contest in collaboration with Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. And we're calling it Screamin' for Chicken Contest with Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. And you do have to compete for it. What are we asking for? We want to hear you scream.
A good old scream.
Send us your best screams. And today we'll choose a winner for tickets to the Haunted Houses of Terror. The Haunted House of Terror out at 13900 Montana, which is open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And then on Friday, Alberto, here's what we're going to do. We're going to round up our best screams and choose our favorite scream. And that screamer is going to receive 2 box combos from Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers and 2 additional tickets to the Haunted House of Terror, so you can take a group of friends with you. Listeners can call in or send audio of your best scream through the KLAQ mobile app to submit your best scream, or you call into the neckline with your best scream at 844-805-6325. All we want is your scream. We want it to sound a little something like this. And of course, one of our favorite screamers, he's not here today, but Nico has a really good scream. When you
Well, he
think about
sounded
it.
terrified. Did you guys scare him?
This is him at the haunted house a few years ago
my God.
when we had him go through it.
Get him an EKG. He needs one.
Send us your best scream through the KLAQ mobile app. If you do put it through the app, all you got to do is tap on Submit Media, and it gives you an option to record something. Send us your scream there, or send us your scream through the neckline at 844-805-6325. Get yourself some haunted house tickets, and then if you're our best screamer by Friday, you're also going to get that 2-box combo from Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers and an additional 2 tickets to the Haunted House of Terror out at 13900 Montana. Coming up, we've got Soul Asylum and lots more coming up on the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
Hey, it's Double G. Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
Petrie Kia. We want to see you in a Petrie Kia. Credit approval required.
Originating in El Paso, for El Paso, the Buzz Adams Morning Show, 95.5 KLAQ.
We are back with the Buzz Adams Morning Show. I'm Joanna Barba. Buzz is on vacation this week. And Nico is out sick today with his hernia problems. He's got to get that under control, man.
Nico, if you're listening, I hope your hernia gets fixed. But
take some Pepto,
if I see
buddy.
you and I see it, I'm going to pull on it. Like, boom.
Don't do that. I think it's painful.
Does it protrude from the skin?
I think it protrudes because I see him trying to like hold it in like this. And he'll just like...
Yeah, don't let me catch you lacking.
Like if he laughs or coughs or something, he has to like hold it in. Isn't that crazy?
One of these days he's going to forget to hold it in and it's going to be a disaster. It's going to pop a button. Bah!
Right in front of everybody in that
And that's
studio
going to be the bit. Hopefully it happens on stage and it'll be the bit.
That's the bit. And that's
Popping
how he
his
will
hernia.
become viral.
The comedian who pops his hernia.
Alberto and I have a lot to talk about today. We've also got lots of tickets to give away. Of course, we mentioned our Scream In for Chicken contest. Send us your best screams to the KLAQ mobile app or through the neckline at 844-805-6325. We're going to choose a winner for today to get tickets to the Haunted House of Terror. But on Friday, we're going to round up those best screams and choose the best of the best. And then they will get not only 2 additional tickets to the Haunted House of Terror, but they're also going to receive 2-box combos from Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, which everybody loves, deliciousness. And those box combos are the bomb.
I'm thinking about some canes right now.
Unfortunately, Alberto, we can't participate.
No, but we can go get some canes after the show.
That is true.
That
we
is-
can. But Buzz isn't here to pay for us. So,
Did you keep his card?
no, I don't have his card.
Oh, man. Darn.
Soul Asylum is performing tonight at Lowbrow Palace. And yesterday, they paid us a visit and gave us a little performance. We're going to get into that in a bit. But first, we do have tickets to give away for Soul Asylum. We're giving tickets, and they could be yours. We're looking for callers 10 and 11. We're giving away 2 pairs right now. Call in at 915-910-4995. That's 915-910-4995. Callers 10 and 11 get tickets to see Soul Asylum tonight at Lowbrow Palace. Right now, let's get into their little performance with us.
Well, we are very lucky to have in studio Soul Asylum. Thank you very much, guys, for being in studio.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. We were with Dave Pierner, lead singer, and Ryan Smith, the lead guitarist. They're going to be in El Paso here October 15th at 8 p.m. at the Lowbrow Palace with special guest, the Juliana Hatfield 3. Welcome to El Paso. I know you guys have been here before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably plenty of times. Have you had the Mexican food yet?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's pretty much what everybody goes for when they come to El Paso. You guys are on your 13th studio album. Slowly But Surely is the name of the tour and the album. Tell me what's the inspiration for this album release?
The inspiration for the album release is to have new material out there and make a new record, and it was just that time, and that's what we do.
That's what you do. You're musicians, and you got to make the music. You're originally from Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
How much of an inspiration was Prince at all?
Not growing up. Actually, not for you. I mean,
I don't know. I love Prince, but
it really wasn't until later.
Right.
Until actually when Michael Bland joined the band, who's Prince's drummer, that
you took notice, kind of?
Yeah, I started picking up more of what he was doing, yes.
I mean, you both could have been able to take a dip in Lake Minnetonka, right?
Mm-hmm. I know it.
Well, I know that probably people ask you all the time about Runaway Train and, all the good it's done. But I just wanted to say that people like Bono can help raise money. But how many bands can say they've directly affected people's lives?
I don't know. I hope some bands can say that.
Yeah, but not a lot can say they reunited kids with their families. I mean, before the social media, you guys were kind of the first to put pictures of missing kids on a music video.
That's true. That was the director, Tony Kaye, sort of came up with the concept. And it was quite it's still going on. I just saw his daughter in L.A.
Wow.
And then we're working on some more stuff that involves the song and the cause.
Yeah, it's a great cause. I don't know if it's personally affected either of you, but I've had friends who've been affected by it. So it's still a very powerful song, like you said, and I'm glad that you guys are still doing stuff with it. You guys are going to have special guest, the Juliana Hatfield 3, playing with you. They're going to be opening up. Are they going to be on the entire tour?
Yep.
Okay, great.
They're great.
And how'd you meet them?
I've known Juliana, or of her and her music for as long as I can remember, from back in the day, going to Boston. And,
oh, wow.
And, I've always been a fan, and I think it's a good match.
Yeah, I mean, how often do you see bands and think, I really enjoy the band? Like, do you still get to go out and see bands, other bands?
Sure.
Yeah. Because I think of it as somebody that's too into a certain subject. I'm a comedian. I see a lot of comics all the time, and so it's kind of hard for me to want to go buy tickets to see another one. Do you ever feel like that with bands? Do you still buy tickets to go see shows?
Sometimes.
Or it's like,
yeah,
probably like I could probably get tickets, right? You guys are saying.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to pull too much of an attitude,
right?
Sometimes
because you want to support still.
Yeah. So,
Ryan, how long have you been on the lineup for the band?
Since 2016. So it's been 8.5 years, I believe, something like that.
And you were also on the 2020 release and then this 2024 release, the Slowly But Surely.
Yes.
So you were on both.
Correct.
What's it been like working with the band?
Well, I've always loved this band, so it's really cool. I think Dave is like one of the great songwriters, and it's like a really cool group of people to hang out with and play music with. So it's great.
That's Dave. Do you write by yourself, or do you have a partner you like to write with?
I write by myself, but then I bring stuff to the band, and the band kind of reacts, and we tweak it and stuff. Or Ryan will come over to my house, and we'll listen to some demos that I've done, and we'll kind of put things together. It varies from song to song. Yeah,
I'm kind of really fascinated by the creative process, because as a single performer, you can write your own stuff, but as a band, you have to like gel together. So it seems like a more complicated process.
Yeah, I mean, I've kind of just always done it the way I do it, and we don't really we're not a jam band, so we don't like
right.
So there's pretty solid idea.
When you start, you're saying you have a solid idea of where you're going to go with it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Unless we're playing Smoke on the Water, then we're a jam band.
You guys have kind of defied definition. Alternative rock, I think. I mean, what would you guys say is your genre?
Alt grunge.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. That's what it said at the venue in LA.
Okay, so I'm not the only one that's noticed that. You guys have probably noticed that too before, that like you get different definitions depending probably where you go.
Yeah, we don't care. You
guys are a band.
Whatever you want.
That's it.
Rock music.
Rock was always an influence for you, Dave? What kind of bands were you into?
When I was a kid?
Yeah, growing up, yeah.
Well, I mean, I started out on the trumpet, so I was kind of into trumpet players.
Oh.
And then it kind of developed from there, and then I kind of discovered Jimi Hendrix and switched to guitar, and then I discovered the Ramones and started a band.
Oh, wow. We just had Marky Ramone in, actually, the other day.
Right on.
Still has the same hair. Everybody has the same hair. Where are you guys planning to go after El Paso? Do you know?
You don't know?
Austin, Texas. We're going to Austin. For
Oh,
sure.
hey.
No, we're going to Odessa.
Odessa, Texas.
Odessa, this is your Texas swing.
Yes, we're in Texas doing a bunch of shows in Texas.
Well, I got to say, El Paso really does love you guys. Like I said, you'll be at Lowbrow Palace tomorrow, October 15th. It starts at 8 p.m. Lowbrow is 1006 Texas Avenue. And you better get your tickets while you still can. Any plans while you're here? Do you guys like to rest before shows?
We don't get a lot of chances to see the sights, put it that way. There's always stuff to do during the day
that requires your attention.
Yeah.
It's not a vacation. This is work.
You said it.
There is Mexico right across the street, though, if you get curious.
Yeah, maybe we'll head over to Mexico.
Yeah, just need your passport, maybe a security guard. You're fine.
We got passports.
We got them.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. Have you been on hold? Makes you want somebody to hold. Right outside your window, I was dancing. I wore that wig, I wore that dress. Guess I thought you'd be impressed. You just rolled your eyes and shut the shades. Wouldn't be the first time, and it won't be the last. I know you love me enough to tell me when I'm acting like an ass. Well, just call it a freak accident. All my money spent, can't help myself, daydreaming. A freak accident. Lack of common sense, well, just call it a freak accident. I screwed up a few things in my life, maybe even screwed them up twice. Every now and then, somebody's counting. Then again, I'm still alive. Somehow managed to survive. That ain't nothing worth announcing. My little stumbles started out as a child, and I got a little steam to blow off. So please excuse me if I seem too wild. just call it a freak accident. All my money spent, can't help myself. Daydreaming, a freak accident. Lack of common sense, we'll just call it a freak accident. Even when I'm feeling down, look in the mirror and see a clown. When I look away, I'm always happy. I know you're a misfit too. That's my favorite part of you. Even at the fair, you can get lucky. This time I know I'm right, though I've known all along. Gotta admit it's pretty far and few between to worry about if something should go wrong. We'll just call it a freak accident. All my money spent, can't help myself. Daydreaming, a freak accident. Lack of common sense, we'll just call it a freak accident. Been wanting to do that the whole time I've been standing here. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the middle of the night, like a firefly without a light. You were there like a blowtorch burning. Was a key that could use a little turning. So tired I couldn't even sleep. So many secrets I couldn't keep. Promised myself I wouldn't weep. One more promise I couldn't keep. It seems no one can help me now. I'm in too deep, there's no way out. This time I have really led myself astray. Runaway train never coming back. Wrong way on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow I'm neither here nor there. Can you help me remember how to smile? Make it somehow all seem worthwhile. How on earth did I get so jaded? Life's mystery seems so faded. I can go where no one else can go. I know what no one else knows. Here I am just a drowning in the rain, with a ticket for a runaway train. And everything is cut and dry, day and night, earth and sky. Well, somehow I just don't believe it. Runaway train never coming back. Wrong way on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow I'm neither here nor there. ticket for a runaway train. Like a madman laughing at the rain. Little out of touch, little insane. Just easier than dealing with the pain. Runaway train, never come back. Wrong way on a one-way track. Seems like I should be getting somewhere. Somehow I'm neither here nor there. Runaway train, never coming back. Runaway train, tearing up the track. Runaway train, burning in my veins. I run away, but it always seems the same.
Don't forget, guys, tomorrow, Soul Asylum, October 15th at Lowbrow Palace. Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you so much, Ryan, for being here. The music was great today.
Thank you.
Really, really fantastic.
Appreciate it.
Do you want to mention the songs that you did play? What the names of them, at least?
Well, we play Freak Accident, which is on our new record.
Freak Accident is on the new 2024 Slowly But Surely album.
And then we played Runaway Train.
Classic, classic, classic. All right, thank you so much. We'll be back with more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show right after this.
Artist interviews, new music discoveries, celebrating artists' birthdays, commemorating releases, champion of all things rock.
You deserve. I approve this message. Paid for by Kimberly Skaggs for New Mexico.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
It's the Buzz Adams Morning Show. I'm Joanna Barba. Nico at Jimian is out for the day. He's down for the count. Buzz is on vacation. So Buzz will be out for the rest of the week, but I'm here with intern Alberto. What's up, Alberto?
Nothing. Just thinking about Nico's hernia.
Oh my God. That poor guy.
I'm just kidding.
It concerns me when he has to like hold it to laugh or do something.
Hold it in? Yeah. Well, it's because it's one of those stomach ones. My cousin had a hernia, but like near his pelvis area. So now I'm like confused as to the different areas of hernia.
Oh my God. Where else can you get hernias?
I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Well, we just heard from a Soul Asylum there. Nico, I think, handled it pretty well, considering he doesn't know a lot about rock music.
Yeah, he got pretty prepared. I think it went well.
I think it went well. And considering he doesn't know a lot about rock music, I really actually trust Nico when it comes to interviews, because I am not good at them at all. But Nico has like a knack for them.
Just to kind of keep going?
Like, yeah, one time he did an interview for the first time that I saw him do it. And I thought, wow, this guy can do interviews. So ever since then, when it's just the two of us, I'm all, you get to handle this interview. Which I hope he is back tomorrow, because tomorrow we're going to be talking to Josh Radnor, who you may know from How I Met Your Mother. He played Ted Mosby.
That's a good one.
And he is promoting a new movie. I can't remember what the movie's called, but we're talking to him tomorrow. So Nico better be back.
Hernia permitting.
Otherwise, what are we going to do, Alberto?
Just you and me, I guess. But man, hernia permitting, Nico is back. But what were we talking about right before the break?
The food?
Yeah.
You made a big mountain of milanesa.
Milanesa, yeah. An exaggerated amount of food, like Scooby-Doo, you know, when they make like a huge amount of sandwich, it's like boom, like that.
I have not stopped thinking about milanesa since you mentioned that you made a mountain of it one day.
I was just really hungry. I'll get like really hungry and I'll make a lot of one thing, and then I'm like, oh.
Every time that you like pantomime it that you made like a mountain, the mountain keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was cartoonishly big. That was the thing. It was like ridiculously big, and there was no side either.
And it was just for you.
Yes,
for you, just by yourself.
Or my cat, if you really wanted some, I guess.
And did you turn any of those into tortas?
No,
or you just
have to go get the bread. I didn't have the bread like on me.
So you just ate it like that?
Yeah, I was like this.
Ever since you brought that up, I can't stop thinking about it, and I'm like, damn, I don't cook. So give me your milanesa recipe.
I'll get into like moods where I'll cook a lot, and then I don't know. I hate cooking and then eating and then having to go to work and then coming back from a long day of work and then seeing a large mountain of
and you're like, what
dishes.
have I done?
I'm like, what have I done? What have I done? I've just got more work at home. That is devastating. When you come home from a long day of work and there's more work at home, it is
that is
emotionally
the trouble
devastating.
with adulthood that we don't talk about enough. Who is doing the damn dishes?
Yeah, I drop down to my knees when I see it. I'm like, no. Oh yeah, by the way, to the winner of the Soul Asylum tickets, Juan Martinez.
Yeah,
he needs to submit a scream for the contest. He literally went like this. He went.
Oh,
yes,
you should enter our contest,
really
sir.
loud and actually screamed.
And where you're like, I'm on the phone.
I was just kind of like, whoa, surprised, because no one's ever reacted like that in any giveaway. So Juan Martinez, he takes the cake.
I love when they get so excited for winning tickets. But thank you so much for bringing that up. We're giving away haunted house tickets this week. I won't be doing Queen of Halloween trivia, but instead we're doing a contest in collaboration with Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. And we're calling it Screaming for Chicken. All you got to do is submit your best scream. We want to hear you scream, and today we're going to choose a winner for tickets to the Haunted House of Terror out at 13900 Montana, which is open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And then on Friday, we're going to round up our best screams and choose our favorite amongst the favorites in these screams. And then that winner is going to get an additional 2 tickets to the Haunted House of Terror, but they're also going to receive 2 box combos from Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Listeners can call in or send in audios of your best scream through the KLAQ mobile app to submit. If you want to call it in, you could call into the neckline with your best scream at 844-805-6325. That's 844-805-NECK. And all we want is your scream, a little something like this. Oh, that's me.
Oh, yeah.
Nico is a real true scream king.
Well, he's like jump scary. He's like jitterish, or I don't know.
He kind of is, yeah.
Like sometimes I'll turn the corner too fast and he'll like pop back like a cat.
He's very jittery like that, and he will scream. And I gotta admit, Nico's got a good scream for horror movies. Listen to that.
Yeah. When he jumps back, when he jumps back all scared, it makes me want to kind of like jump at him. Like, yeah, what are you gonna do about it? It's just what's up?
If you submit through the app, all you got to do is open up the app and tap on Submit Media, and it'll let you submit an audio recording. So send us your best scream for Screaming for Chicken with Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers and the Haunted House of Terror out at 13900 Montana, which will open, of course, this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Oof. We haven't gotten any submissions on the app chat yet.
For screams?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, folks.
But over in the app chat, a lot of people are giving props to Nico for holding up that interview really well.
He's the
applause for Nico.
MVP of this.
I know. At one point, I looked into the studio and it was so full in there, and I'm like, "Welp, I guess I'll be showing myself out." And he was like, "No, don't leave."
Don't leave me, please. Don't leave me.
I was like, "You get to hang out with rock stars. How great is that?"
No. Nico is the hernia MVP of this interview, even though he's not here. Of this whole show, hernia VP. Hernia VP. I don't know. Whatever you guys want.
Well, I know we are into the Halloween season, but How early is too early to start getting ready for Thanksgiving?
That's what I'm always ready. I'm always ready. Throw a Thanksgiving meal at me right now. I'm ready.
I've started seeing already, like at the store, they've got the whole section for stuffing and cranberry sauce, the pans that you need for the turkey and stuff. But when do you start getting your Thanksgiving preparations? Like, when do you officially say, like, yeah, let me start stockpiling?
I don't know. It depends really, like, your duties on Thanksgiving, right? If you're a hoster, you need to start really getting ready early. You don't want to get out there the weekend of or the weekend before, because then you'll be screwed.
Have you been to the stores, like, the week of
or like
Thanksgiving?
Wednesday?
Wednesday is
That's
the
chaos.
worst.
That's chaos. It's like Black Friday's number one. That's you're most likely to die at a store. And then, like, number two, Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Well, new research suggests that you should start your Thanksgiving prep more than 4 weeks in advance.
Smart.
So I guess that would be the beginning of November, because I think Thanksgiving is kind of late this year. It's like on the 28th or something.
That does sound late. Maybe there's it's one of those where we start early, or like the week starts late in November.
Right.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, the results found both the guest list and the menu take upwards of 2 weeks of planning and cooking preparations, and then you add on another 3 days.
I mean, yeah, I guess non-perishables, it's smart to get early, right? So that you're not looking for stuff even
I should
anywhere
start
remotely
stockpiling on
near.
them cranberry sauce.
Yeah.
You like canned or like the real kind?
I don't like cranberry sauce to begin with.
No.
I'm a big, this is one of my hot takes. This is one of my hot takes.
Oh, a hot take with Alberto.
Yes. It's like, I don't like when like food is mixed between too sweet and too salty with fruit. So, for example, don't throw apples in my salad. I don't want cranberry sauce near my meat,
turkey?
near my potatoes, near my any of that. So it's like, that is a sweet thing. I want that on
It
sweet
is
things.
separate.
Yes. Or like, and I don't eat it. And I'm like, y'all can have that.
All right, ultimate Thanksgiving plate. What are you piling on?
Wow. This is a crazy question. I'm just kidding. So my family makes this like really good stuffing with like innards.
Okay.
That. Like 3/4 of the plate needs to be that.
So
it's
the main
good.
feature of it is the stuffing.
Let me run you through the scenario.
Okay.
This is the first plate. The stuffing, you need to have a stuffing heavy plate, because when you go back up to that second one, there won't be any stuffing.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You got to get it while it's hot.
You got to get it while it's there, because when it's gone, second and third plates, there won't be any stuffing. So
Stuffing's gone, son.
Stuffing heavy, dark meat, turkey, mashed potatoes, collard greens, and that's it.
Collard greens, nice.
And
And
that's
then in the second plate, you just don't expect stuffing.
No, it's gone. That's
And
how
by
good
the
it is.
second plate, it's turkey heavy.
Yes, and let me tell you why it's limited in quantity, because it's literally stuffing. So like the person that makes the turkey needs to make the stuffing inside the turkey. And it only
I like how you just like
yes, I
with
for
your
those
hand
at home,
gestures.
no one saw anything, but yes, I even had the right hand formation, and so they put only how much fits in the turkey is how much is made. So you can only make so much.
Okay.
You can't make hundreds of millions of it, unfortunately. But yeah, what's your go-to plate?
I like a turkey heavy plate.
Yeah, me too. Dark meat or
I like a
light?
mixture of both.
Okay. And do you gravy it on
gravy
top? Or do you have gravy on side?
No, I put it on top of that turkey. You got to give it a little
And then are you a tortilla
sauce.
or bread?
bread.
Me too. And what about mash?
I know
No
one
sides.
of the
what about sides? No
that
sides?
is the one holiday where tortillas don't even come into the picture
play?
at all.
Okay, I just was wondering. Some people they do.
No, yeah, that's cool if that's your jam.
Yeah.
But
No.
I think that in my house, that's the one time that you will not see a tortilla
but
displayed anywhere.
You know what you will see though? Jalapenos. What about you?
No, for sure.
Yes.
Jalapenos.
Because I feel like turkey and jalapenos goes really well together.
You make a little sandwich with the little roll.
Yeah, little torta, a mini torta.
A mini
Wow.
turkey
like
torta.
you know how they have mini sliders?
Yeah.
There's a mini torta.
with
That's the
some
Mexican
gravy and
version.
jalapenos on it. Get
Wow.
yourself some mashed potatoes because I
want-
make the mashed potatoes every year.
I wonder if people can tell we're hungry.
I know, and I don't want to brag, but my mashed potatoes are amazing.
Really?
And I put like a lot of butter. That's the secret.
Yeah, that's how you make good mashed potatoes.
And
That's
then
what I
we
was
have
thinking
like
about right now.
sides of corn and green beans.
You guys have sides of corn. Wow, my family doesn't. I wish my family
No,
had
but you
sides.
guys have collard greens. That sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
and they are good, yeah.
Oh, we're getting some submissions for our Screaming for Chicken contest.
Finally.
I do want to add, I want to thank this person who called in. If you send in your scream, please leave us your name and a number where we could call you back so that we could get you those tickets if you're the winner. I keep forgetting to add that. But yeah, if you're going to submit into the Screaming for Chicken contest, add your name and number. All we want to hear is your scream. Send us your best scream and we'll choose winners today for the haunted house tickets out at 13900 Montana. And then on Friday, we're going to round up our best screams to choose our favorite, who will receive 2-box combos from Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers and 2 additional tickets to the Haunted House of Terror. Listeners can call in or send in your audio through the KLAQ mobile app. All you got to do is tap on Submit Media and it'll let you submit an audio recording. But if you want to call into the neckline and leave your scream, you are more than welcome to do so there as well. That number is going to be 844-805-6325. We want to hear you scream. Let's once again hear from our king of screaming Halloween. Beautiful scream right there. We're going to take a break and we'll come back with more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5.
This week on costumes with Target Circle and 20% off candy. Make your Halloween come alive at Target. Restrictions apply.
Broadcasting in El Paso to El Paso. The Buzz Adams Morning Show on 95.5 KLAQ.
All right, Joanna. You've been getting a lot of app chat messages about something that Nico just kind of threw out there in a very offhanded way.
Yes.
Are Travis, Kelsey, and Taylor Swift getting so serious that they have reached the point in their relationship where they're breaking wind in front of each other?
Right. Like, Travis is an athlete. I'm sure he eats protein powders all the time and, you know.
And it's been almost a year.
It's been bubbling.
Yeah, but can you see Taylor
together.
Swift cutting a fart?
No.
It's hard to imagine.
Hey, I bet Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift do fart a lot around each other. You know, they seem like a couple of pedorros. You know, they just like bust ass. You know, they clap cheeks, but in the sense that they, you know, the farts are real cheek clappers, like, you know, like nasty. And yeah, one time I did fart in front of an ex. She was hugging me and she squeezed me, and I was like,
just popped out.
It was towards the end of the date, and she squeezed me, and then I just let it out because I'd been holding it in, and then but I didn't know what to do, so I just told her, "Babe, I farted," and she's like, "I know." Oh, warms my heart. All right, guys, later.
It's real funny when they're like, "I farted," and you're just like, "I know."
What question are people answering? When is an appropriate time, if ever, to become comfortable breaking wind in front of your partner? So what kind of responses have we gotten?
Well, Undead G says he lives by one rule, and that rule is it is safe to fart after she farts for the first time.
Oh, that's probably
I feel like
good.
That would be a good good way to see it. Like,
let her do it first.
Once you do it, that's okay. Permission for me to do it.
What else?
Jimmy says, my dad and his girlfriend have been together over 10 years and have never farted in front of each other. Weirdos. Can you imagine going 10 years?
Yes.
How about in your sleep?
Right, you're going to fart in your sleep. What if you wake up one day and
it's just
like
a fact of life, right?
Not if you get those special underwear, the soundproof ones.
They have soundproof underwear?
Hey, you still farted. They're not smell-proof.
They're not smell-proof.
That's a given, right? Like when people are asleep, they fart in the middle of the night, right? So they probably farted in each other's presence, whether they know it or not.
Unknowingly. Vanessa says, my husband and I have been married 22 years next month, together for 29, and I don't fart in front of him, except in my sleep.
Oh, she does say that?
Yes.
Yeah, when you can't control it. That makes sense.
Interesting. I do like the first guy who said
It's okay
you wait
to
for
fart until she farts for the first time.
you let her make the first move.
Like that time I farted in front of you. I'm sorry, Anthony.
Oh, I thought you meant.
Oh, I thought you meant me.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
I was
not
like,
you guys.
I'm like, Joanna, do you?
What?
So the
What?
I'll be in the studio with Buzz,
And he toots.
and sometimes no, he's only done it once.
He did it once with Lisa.
I forgot. I forgot she was.
That's
even,
the funniest part is he forgot.
She was so mad.
Are you in the studio?
He's in there when she comes out. She's like, he's in there farting.
No, I was working on something. It wasn't even during the show. It was after the show.
After the show, and you forgot she was in there.
And you know,
I'm glad
if I'm
nobody's
here
gonna
by
hear
myself, I just completely forgot she was there. It's like saying the F word in front of your mother. You just forgot. And she never let me forget either.
No, she
To
did
this
not.
day.
Yeah, to this day, she's still like, remember, Buzz farted.
Let's just say at home you are very open physically.
And it was a thunderclap too.
Speaking of clapping cheeks. Okay, I'm going to tell this story, and I hope she doesn't get mad at me for telling this.
Oh, who?
Jenny, our friend Jenny.
I mean,
Jenny
maybe
seems
we
like a
shouldn't
chick
have
who would
said-
be cool with farting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I
you
don't know
fart
her all
in
that
front of
well.
No, this doesn't have anything to do with me or anything.
Oh.
She told this joke on stage.
Okay.
And Jenny Robbins is a stand-up comic and a friend.
Let's make sure we identify her specifically.
Jenny Robbins, she's here all the time.
So she said that, I think she was talking about this exact question, like, when do you fart in front of a significant other? She was talking about, I guess, living with a boyfriend and how she farted before him accidentally for the first time. But it was like a...
How dare you fart before me?
It was a silent...
I'm sorry, baby. I didn't know it was your turn.
But it was a silent but deadly kind of...
Oh, I think that one would be worse.
And she
Those
said...
egg salad ones that are quiet are the worst.
And then she said that...
Yeah, it smells like sulfur.
Yeah. That her boyfriend at the time walked through it, and that he went, "What?" And then he thought it was himself. It was so bad.
He's like, did I fart?
There's no way that could have come from my
her.
dainty little lady love.
He's like, "God, I must have farted right now." Like,
I must have farted.
she literally gaslit him.
Let him think.
She literally gaslit him.
I guess this show has a reputation of being like a fart type of show.
Fart humor.
Our
But
show?
we really don't do it all that much.
No.
But it's a perfectly natural.
But when we do,
But it happens. I've worked in nursing homes.
Yeah. It's a fact of life.
It's a natural bodily function.
Everybody grow up.
fact of life.
Yeah, I sometimes fart and it's silent and I don't even know it and I smell it, but I don't hear it. Is that going to count against me if I'm farting and don't know it? And it bothers me greatly. I'd rather hear it than just smell it and not hear it. All right. Thank you. Good morning again. Mad Plato.
Mad Play-Doh.
We got some fan chat messages.
Well, Joanna was reading those, but we got to...
No, Joanna was reading the
app chat.
The app chat. I'm
I'm
reading the...
chiming in about when's a good time to release gas in front of your partner. So when me and my lady first met back in 2004, the very first date, I passed gas and I simply told her, better out than in, baby. Better out than in.
That's an Austin Powers line, too. Better out than in, I always say.
And then, to my surprise, she did the same thing. And she goes, what? So it was love at first part. Later.
Well, happy 20th anniversary since your
Good
first
job.
fart date. What do you got? We got to make this fairly quick.
Oh, no, just some people in our fan chat, which is separate. This is on Facebook. Steven in our fan chat says, I'll fart on accident, but never on purpose. You got to keep some mystery in the relationship, people.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't just, like, recreationally do it.
But once it's out there, you're kind of like...
Oh, 5 points.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, it depends.
right.
Like, if you're super comfortable with somebody, I mean, if you love somebody, right? But it could be a deal breaker
It could, yeah.
and a windbreaker.
One time I farted so bad that I woke up. That's right. I was asleep and I ripped it and I woke up because it was like dead. Like somebody was dead. Have a good day.
These calls just keep coming in. Who cares that it's an election year? We got a topic going.
Very hot.
Yeah. It's a good idea. Let's talk about farts all morning. I mean, that's the important stuff. There's no reason to talk about politics.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Who wants to talk about politics?
Not me. Farting is less distasteful.
You haven't checked any of these, have you?
Not one. They're coming in fast and furious, Joanna.
Like the tummy rumbles.
Hey, Buzz, Nico. I've worked with this guy named Scotty, and he used to rip the silent but deadly in the pathways, so you would have to walk through the cloud, reeking odor of death. We used to call it crop dusting. Love your show.
Okay.
Catch you later.
If Buzz was just crop dusting us here all the time, I think there would be like a revolt, or we'd go to management at some point.
Yeah,
I'd be like, you know what? We should be concerned. Something's wrong with Buzz.
You know, some people have a condition, right? I don't, but some people do have like Crohn's disease or irritable bowel syndrome.
Right. No, that's true.
You should get checked, Buzz.
No, I don't do it anymore. I would say I'm probably average as far as frequency.
Oh, the house, you would do it all the time.
Well, it's my house. That's like that's like complaining that a bear is sleeping in a cave. I'm just doing what comes naturally.
Yeah, but the bear and I don't share a couch when it happens.
You feel a rumble in the couch.
Oh, see, you're under a misapprehension that I care whether you stay or not.
I just thought it was politeness.
He's like, you're in my home.
You're in my home.
On my couch.
Eating my food and drinking my beer. And I got to crack a rat.
I remember I had a one-night stand, and, when you're hungover, you think,
oh, man. This is such a great call. And it's cutting out, and it's a girl
talking about a one-night stand.
A one-night stand and a fart. I got to hear this. I hope the call clears up.
farted, just like pretty much ass clapping kind of fart. 7 years later, my husband still likes to bring that up, but let me tell you what, since then, I have not been able to take a decent poop without somebody either in the room with me or knocking on the door.
Wait, hold on a second. She had a one-night stand.
And that became her husband.
Into her husband.
Then that wasn't a one-night stand.
Well, maybe it started out as a one-night stand.
Is she saying that the one-night stand is the guy she ended up...
But then I think she's saying that she probably has kids, and that kids are bothering you all the time.
Yeah, she says in the call later on it's because she has 2 kids.
Without somebody either in the room with me or knocking on the door, because we have 2 kids. So you kind of get over those boundaries real quick in your relationship. Love you guys.
Yeah, I've never thought of that. If you're in a really big family, there must be like constant farting going on. My mom had nine brothers and sisters. And they must have, somebody was probably ripping a fart.
Oh, yeah.
Every 5 minutes.
Imagine Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Charlie's grandparents must have...
God, what those bed sheets must have smelled like.
Yeah.
They're in their own Dutch
oven. Yeah, they Dutch oven. Constantly, probably.
Where did the mom and dad sleep?
That's a good
Remember,
question.
they showed Charlie's mom. No, they did. They showed the mom and dad briefly in the original.
Mm-hmm.
But the grandparents all slept in the same bed.
Yeah, where did the parents sleep? Or Charlie, for that matter.
Or Charlie.
Yeah, no kidding.
I sleep with my grandparents.
That smell. It is so familiar. Whoa, what is that you're wearing? Dutch oven. Perfume. I think you might be my soulmate. Dutch oven. Eau de toilette.
Your perfume. It's so... I just got pink eye.
Dutch oven. When you want to force someone to smell you. I find myself oddly attracted to you. The fragrance that men know. Dutch oven. For her. Keep your lover under the covers.
Coming up after the Buzz Adams Morning Show, Glenn Garza and Daniel Paulus.
You love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
We're back. Buzz is back.
Hey, right on, Buzz.
Buzz in the Morning Show, 95.5 The Q.
We're back with the Buzz Adams Morning Show. I'm Joanna Barba. Buzz is out on vacation this week. Nico is out sick with hernia problems.
Those are painful. Those are really...
You just mentioned to us you've been dealing with a hernia.
Yeah, but I've kept it under control. I haven't done anything that's going to force me out, because the truth is that if Nico is sick with hernia issues, go get that surgery and go get that thing fixed. That's just what it comes down to. I've been lucky because, you know, when I saw my doctor about it, he was like, okay, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. I'm like, okay, done. You don't have to say anything else. I'm going to try to keep this under control.
Take care of that.
Because if I ever aggravate it to the point where you're in pain or it's bothering you, then it's got to come out.
Oof. Hey, Steve, how early is too early to start planning for Thanksgiving? You do Thanksgiving?
It's never too early.
Never too
early. Although, when we plan Thanksgiving, ours is, the biggest question is, what are we going to do to the bird? Are we going to seriously? That's what Thanksgiving is basically. Will we deep fry it, which we've done many times?
Okay.
Will we smoke it, which is also really, really good? In fact, the conventional cooking for Thanksgiving turkey is pretty much out the window these days. So now, it's just a matter of how will we prepare the main course.
Will you
for the meal.
spatchcock it?
Yes, I haven't done that yet. I've heard all about spatchcocking, but haven't done that yet for the turkey. But and then the other question is, and I've never done this, but I've heard some people love turducken.
I've heard of turducken also, yeah.
I haven't had it, but I've heard of it.
Turducken, yes. It's supposed to be a great way to also do that. But I mean, listen, no matter how, because that's remember, that's turkey, duck, and chicken, all morphed into one meal, turducken. That was the late John Madden's favorite meal when he would always do the football games on Thanksgiving. They would always serve this big turducken, and he would talk about it and diagram it like he would diagram the football plays. And yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Sweet. Well, we just saw a survey that said 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
Or 4 weeks before Thanksgiving.
You got to get out early.
Next week.
Because if you
Next
go to the
week.
store now, they've already got the cranberry sauce section, the stuffing section.
So-
Somebody said Food King already has frozen turkeys out.
So let me say this. Okay, my father-in-law makes the cranberry sauce. It's homemade, and he makes it with amaretto.
Oh,
And
fancy.
And it's delicious. So that's already taken care of. So the key is getting the actual, getting the turkey. That's and probably people would buy it right now. That makes total sense because you don't want to be waiting until the end and then they're out everywhere and you're having a hard time finding it. That would be the worst. You'll end up at a Chinese food restaurant like at the end of a Christmas Story.
With the small turkey, too, I feel like right now you have all the selection of the prime turkey.
Yeah,
You all
get
call
that big ass turkey right now.
USDA
That's right.
prime turkey. I know that exists.
That's right.
Hit us with some sports, Steve.
Well, first off, big trade just went down minutes ago. Okay, this is a huge news. The New York Jets, who just lost last night at home to the Buffalo Bills on Monday Night Football, a game you heard on 600 ESPN El Paso, just traded for Davante Adams from the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, this is a big because Adams was not happy in Vegas, and he is Aaron Rodgers' favorite target going back to their Green Bay Packers days. They were a great team. So with Rodgers with the Jets, yes, it's exactly right. Because with Rodgers with the Jets, they needed the Jets just don't have enough extra weapons for him apparently. So they decided to trade a third-round draft pick that could become a second-round pick depending on how well Adams performs with the Jets. So if he hits certain milestones, whether it's catches, touchdowns, those kind of things, games played, then the third round pick could become a second round pick. But now those two will reunite in New York, and timing couldn't be any better since the Jets are now 2-4 on the season after losing last night to the Buffalo Bills in a tough Monday night game, 23-20 at the Meadowlands.
Oh, interesting. See, I like when Steve does sports because he explains things to me. Like, you guys were all excited about that trade, and I did not know why.
Yeah, my voice went,
I know.
The Jets!
You
Like that.
squeaked a
That's how I
little.
went.
And there were
That's how
rumors.
excited he was.
There were rumors he could go to the Pittsburgh Steelers and other teams that were after Devontae Adams, but ultimately the Jets get him. He goes back to Aaron Rodgers. And again, considering the Jets game ended yesterday on an interception where Rodgers was trying to hit one of his receivers, who he said after the game ran the wrong route, which is why the ball was underthrown and intercepted to end the game. It makes sense why the Jets did this. They're in panic mode right now. They want to make the playoffs. They feel like if you give Aaron Rodgers all of his weapons, he can become that same player he was in Green Bay. So now they've given him Devontae Adams, and we'll see if it works for the Jets.
Nice. See, we were also in panic mode one time, and that's how we got Alberto
I know.
in this studio.
Well,
Now
look at,
people
That was our
understand.
weapon.
Now people understand.
and look at how that worked out for you. That's
It's
right.
going great.
So
It's
last night, Jets played Buffalo. There were some highlights we're going to play from Westwood 1. Kevin Harlan with the call. First, end of the first half, the Jets looking like they needed a miracle. And one of my favorite plays, the old Hail Mary, Joanna. That's when you heave the ball downfield and you hope that your receiver will catch it. That's exactly what happened to the Jets.
Right here. Oh, it's taking over.
This episode is brought to you by
Oh, what?
Progressive Insurance.
Oh, how nice. We've got a commercial.
Gives me a commercial.
Isn't that great?
What the hell?
Thank you, Westwood 1.
Moments with Hail Mary, so we don't want to think this half is over just yet with only 8 seconds. You don't really have time to try to get the ball and move it up and rush and kick a field goal, so we might get to see one of these crazy Aaron Rodgers Hail Marys.
Well, there'll be 6 in the secondary. They got the boundaries covered with linebackers.
Ew, this clip is like 2
So
minutes.
Rodgers
Steve.
is here
That's
with
great.
8 seconds to go with his own 48.
Here it
First
comes.
and 10, and the wind at his back. Shotgun snap, 2-man rush. Rodgers sets. Looking, moving up, winding up, long arching spiral thrown down the middle in the end zone. Tipped and caught! Caught! They're going to call a touchdown! He hit the deck! He caught the ball! It's a Jets touchdown!
That was fun. So that was
That
Kevin Harlan
was
with
thrilling.
it. That was the longest build-up ever to a Hail Mary. So the Jets get the touchdown at the end of the first half. They tied the game in the second half, and they just could not. They hit 2 posts. That means that the field goal kicker was kicking the ball, and instead of it going through the goalposts, it actually hit the upright on 2 different occasions in the fourth
That-
quarter.
I learned something today. I now know what that means.
Yep, when it hits the post or hits the goalpost, now you know. It makes
Literally just hits
and
the
it makes a crazy sound to it, like a doink type of sound. So that happened twice yesterday. And for the Jets, they lose. The Bills get the win they needed, so they're now 4-2 on the season. The Jets fall to 2-4 after dropping last night's game 23-20. Now, we have baseball playoffs as well, guys.
All right.
Last night, the Dodgers and Mets played along with the Yankees and the Guardians. And the Dodgers had a 1-game-to-none lead, but the Mets took care of business like they needed to. They won 7-3, tying that series at a game apiece. They will continue again coming up tomorrow. They're off today. So tomorrow will be game 3 from New York and Citi Field. And then the Yankees with a big win last night over the Guardians, 5-2, the final score as the Yankees get the win. Juan Soto hits a home run to highlight that game, and Carlos Rodon pitched well for the Yankees to get the win. They were really cruising, so they will play Game 2 tonight. In fact, that game gets going at 5:38 first pitch. By the way, 5:38. What, you couldn't play at 5:30 or 5:30 or 5:35?
That is weird.
Why do you have to play on the 8s? I've never understood that when it comes to baseball. But 5:38 first pitch, we'll have it for you on our partner station, 600
Imagine you're
ESPN
like
El
walking
Paso.
around the stadium like, oh, I got to get to my seat. It's 5:36. I got 2 minutes.
Yeah, exactly right. You don't want to miss the 5:38 first pitch, Joanna. It's so crazy. So that's also going down right now for baseball fans who want to watch that Yankees Guardians series. See if New York can take a 2-0 lead. The UTEP Miners are back in action at home tomorrow night. In fact, tonight is a Hall of Fame induction night. Their class of 2024 getting inducted this evening at a dinner on the campus, and then they'll be honored tomorrow. And speaking of football, since we talked football earlier, Tony Tolbert, one of the great Dallas Cowboy players who played for UTEP in the mid to late 80s, he is going to be highlighting the class of the UTEP Hall of Fame.
Cool. That is cool.
So that'll be fun. Beto Batista, who was a UTEP fan favorite in the early 70s playing basketball, he will be also part of that class with Brandon Wolfram, Miza Pirkarska, and more. So that'll be happening here at UTEP before tomorrow night's game against FIU. That game also will be on 600 ESPN El Paso, 6 o'clock pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff tomorrow night from the Sun Bowl. And those are our big sports headlines. You know, guys, I'm getting ready for my daily underdog fantasy picks. And, you know, I get to consult with Alberto because he plays daily fantasy just like I do.
He's told me about it.
And he's going to give me some tips for today's entry, and hopefully they'll reward me with a couple of big wins and have a chance to win a little money, and that's really what it's all about. And we've been giving our KLAQ listeners the chance to win just like we are. We're even giving them free picks. Let me explain, folks. So you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on your favorite player's stats, whether it's touchdowns, passing yards, and more. Alberto, do you win more on higher or lower generally when you play?
I generally win on higher. I'm a big higher guy. Yesterday, you convinced me to download Underdog Fantasy. I placed a fantasy entry. I went Breece Hall higher on his rush yards, Josh Allen higher on his pass yards, and I turned my measly my $20 into $65. So if you see a little pep in my step, that's why. A little pep on my step. That's why. So I like going higher. I like believing in people.
Folks, it is that easy. And if Alberto can do it, so can you. And all you got to do really is just download that Underdog Fantasy app. In fact, making picks on Underdog is straightforward and signing up is even easier. So here's what you do. You just head over to Underdog's simple-to-use mobile app or UnderdogFantasy.com. Sign up with promo code KLAQ, and Underdog will give you a free pick to use on your first cash pick'em entry, plus up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you deposit. That's Underdog Fantasy, promo code KLAQ to claim your new customer special of a free pick and your deposit offer. Must be 18 plus and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Steve, thank you so much for joining us in today.
Thank you so much, Joanna. I'm going to get you on Underdog Fantasy before the end of the week.
Actually, every time Alberto kind of talks about it, I kind of get in on it, and I'm like, oh, what's happening now?
You know,
so, yeah, it sounds fun.
We're going to download the app for you. We're going to give you some advice. You're going to win. And then when Buzz comes back on Monday, you're going to blow him. His head's going to spin. He won't even know what hit him over the
He's going to be like, what the hell happened while I was gone?
Exactly. When did Joanna become a daily fantasy player? That's the whole kid.
Well, that's great. I can't wait to do that. We're going to come back with more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show after this.
I'm Daniel Paulus, and whether you're wrapping up your workday,
repurchase, accept these. Learn more at Macy's.com/Star Rewards. Today at Macy's.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Enderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
I also want to do a segment of questions, okay?
Of questions?
Yeah. Just I have questions. Question number 1. Peanut butter and jelly M&Ms are expected to launch soon.
Oh, hell yeah.
Are you interested in that, or does that sound disgusting?
That sounds amazing. Have you had the peanut butter ones?
No.
I think they are hands down my favorite.
Yeah, they're called Reese's Pieces.
They're much bigger and creamier than the Reese's Pieces, which I love too, but I think the peanut butter M&Ms are so good.
Peanut butter cup.
Personally,
yes.
I only consider 2 kinds of M&Ms legitimate. Plain or peanuts.
You don't really venture out from your comfort zone.
I
do you?
stick with what I like. Yeah. Are they going to have like little jelly inside inside the M&M?
Get like the jelly and the peanut butter inside it together.
Oh, it's peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah, it's peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, that's insane.
What a time to be alive.
Yeah. That's some mad scientist stuff
It's
right
like
there.
we're in the darkest timeline, but also here's peanut butter and jelly M&Ms.
But can you imagine, there's a guy with like a doctorate degree, somebody that went to school for like 20 years, and he's in a lab somewhere like, how can I get the jelly into the peanut butter?
Can you imagine the dude like at a board meeting where they're like, what are we going to do for the next M&M? And some guy who's all high in the corner.
Yeah, put jelly in it.
Peanut butter and jelly.
Put jelly in it.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
We need our top minds.
I don't need the ones with like little pretzels inside.
Those are good too.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, that's the blue ones.
The blue ones?
The blue bag, yeah.
Okay. Here's a couple of questions I asked my daughter yesterday. She's starting to get into like rock music more.
Cool.
So I said, who was the most influential English band of the 1990s? And I gave her 3 options, okay?
Okay.
Coldplay, Radiohead, and she immediately said after that, Radiohead. I said, you don't want to hear who the third one? She said, no, it's Radiohead.
Was it Radiohead?
Well, I'm just,
wait,
it's
what's
an
the
opinion.
third one?
Oasis. She said, of course, it's Radiohead. So I bring that up to say Radiohead, who have not toured since 2018, are rehearsing. So that...
Radiohead right now is experiencing this kind of like resurgence because they're all over TikTok. Like their music is all over TikTok.
But they're not putting it up necessarily.
No, it's people just using parts of Creep, other songs.
I wonder who knows more about rock music, your daughter or me?
Probably
I'm
you.
going to
but
put my
she's only-
money on Buzz's daughter.
Nope, it's me.
Is it?
Yeah.
Who's the lead singer of Radiohead?
Who?
It's a band? It's not one dude. I have no idea. Who is it?
Tom York.
Tom York?
Mm-hmm. Other than Creep, name another song by Radiohead.
Joshua Tree? I don't know.
No, that's you too.
Oh, well, I get them confused.
Then I asked her,
See, I'm putting my money on Buzz's daughter.
who was the most influential American band of the 1990s? So I was going to give her 3 options.
Metallica.
I said, no,
the
Metallica
90s.
Metallica came out in the 80s, man.
Did they really?
Oh, yeah. So I was going to give her 3 options. I go Nirvana, and before I even finished saying the word, she goes Nirvana, which of course was the correct answer. They really, blew
What
up.
were your other options?
I was going to formulate those in my head.
God, so the same like questioning you do to me when I'm in your car, you're doing it to your daughter?
Oh, yeah.
Do I ask you questions like
Yeah,
that?
you do.
Well, who do you think is a more influential?
Every time a song comes on, you're like, who's this? What song is this? Who sings this?
This is based on a video that a woman put up on TikTok. She's out by a pool at a hotel. And she says, she doesn't show the guy, but she says that there's a guy about 15 feet away from her cutting his toenails while lounging at the hotel pool.
At the pool.
Then he brushed them off his towel just onto the ground. Okay, does anybody else think that is incredibly gross? Or
Like in front of everyone? Just at the pool?
I just like sitting there, he's...
Yeah, I'm surprised you think it's gross.
Yeah, I seriously thought you were going to be like, yeah, you're
Isn't
out
this
in the open,
normal?
it's fine. I'm shocked by Buzz's answer,
Or are
but
you
also
just no,
agree with
I
Buzz's
think he's
answer.
clout chasing. I think he's
clout chasing?
Yeah.
You're clout chasing?
I think you're just trying to do it because you
Are
think
you
that's
trying
how
to be like,
that's so gross, right,
but secretly
guys?
you're like, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's a little weird and off-putting that you're like at a pool and some dude.
You totally would do that, right?
No.
I feel like you would.
My feeling is you should not clip your toes in front of anybody other than
your significant
close
other.
family members. Or, like your very, very closest inner circle. I saw a video one time of a woman, and she's on a plane, and she actually did film the person sitting like one row up and across the aisle from her. This lady was clipping her damn toenails with a toenail clipper on an airplane.
That is weird.
Oh, wait a minute. Are you saying the
gross.
pool thing is not weird?
It's a little weird because you're like in front of everyone, you're at a pool and everything, but it's a little bit less weird than on an airplane.
Yeah. An airplane.
Ooh. Where you're like in a metal tube.
You shouldn't be surprised. Nico, I'm always on your case. Don't wear open-toed shoes to work.
Yeah, but when I'm at your house, you're always picking things off your feet, and
that's my house.
Like you're literally pulling like giant skin scabs and making a little pile and like collecting them.
I do.
What?
Yeah.
Nope, I don't want to know.
Okay. I do that because I don't care what you think. I wouldn't do it in front of strangers.
Oh, you wouldn't?
Oh, he wouldn't do it in front of strangers.
People have been over. I'm pretty sure you're still like, whatever.
We should know less about each other, you guys.
There might have been I forgot to pick up a pile of foot pickings.
No, I'm not even gonna.
Little piles,
No,
Joanna.
Of what?
Of his skin.
Of the toenails?
No, of the calluses on the bottom of his feet.
My feet are a disaster.
The heel and the toes, and he'll just take
cracks and it peels, and I'm always. There's a product called Cracked Heel. It's like a lotion. I put them on my feet all the time. It does no
One
good
time
at all.
I got these like foot mask things. And
Yeah, I've tried those before, too.
A week
They
later,
burn.
everything started peeling. It was weird.
Those burn. The foot masks.
Okay, they didn't burn me.
Well,
Maybe you have something going.
I might. Final.
Derek Terry, you are amazing, Derek Terry. He sent a picture of Goldfinger taking the little skin scabs off of him.
Oh my God, that's right. And I always was like, ugh.
He ate them, didn't he?
He did eat them.
I gotta give Goldmember a rewatch.
Mm-hmm. All three. Yeah.
Final question. And this is a bigger question. I wrote an article about it, but the larger question is, what is something, as far as a product goes, that went away during COVID and never came back? I'm working off an article, but they're talking about, like local restaurants and businesses is shut down. But I'm talking like very specifically, and here's my specific question. What happened to caffeine-free Dr. Pepper?
No, this is a serious question.
This is a serious question. I wrote like a 300-word article about it. And don't call in and say
sorry.
they don't send me on a wild goose chase. Not Diet Dr. Pepper.
Right. So
That's a white and red can.
Just so everybody knows, Buzz is specifically talking about Dr. Pepper that has
the
sugar
caffeine taken out of it.
With the caffeine taken out.
It tastes exactly like Dr. Pepper.
Was it kind of like in a gold?
In a gold can. And I'm not talking, there's also a diet caffeine, and occasionally I'll see the diet caffeine, but I never just see the caffeine-free Dr. Pepper in the gold can. And I went deep into this. So
You did.
I went to both eBay and Amazon. And eBay doesn't have any there. They have every other product. They included like on your list of options that you could order. Amazon has it, but they want something like $30 for a 12-pack. So I called Dr. Pepper headquarters in Plano. And the lady I talked to was named Jan.
Okay.
And Jan said they are still making it, but depending on where you live and your distribution routes, you may not have it. I haven't seen this in any store in El Paso. Well, any of that. I shop at Albertsons, Walmart, and Target sometimes, right? Don't see them there. Same thing goes when I go to Oklahoma. Don't see the caffeine-free Dr. Pepper.
Not even at Target. Target usually has the things when you can't find them anywhere else.
Oh, he's done his research.
No.
Wow, Buzz.
I've been
You're
looking high and
passionate
low.
about this.
Right.
I'm glad
I
you found
called
something to
Dr.
be
Pepper
passionate about.
headquarters. Bring back caffeine-free Dr. Pepper. What happens when it's bedtime, but you want a Dr. Pepper
Because you don't drink water.
God, no, I don't drink water. I mean, yes, I do, It's in the form of Dr. Pepper. It's got, sugar and stuff mixed up in there, but
sugar, water.
So all in
purple.
And that's another example of how I really only like one thing. I like Dr. Pepper, and I like the caffeine-free Dr. Pepper, but don't send me like halfway across town, and then I find out, it's zero sugar.
Right.
No.
He wants the sugar.
Gold can.
And the gold can.
That's right.
Joanna, so I was trying to tell Buzz yesterday that they probably figured out from all the numbers or the sales numbers.
It was probably not a big seller.
Well, yeah, it probably wasn't a big seller because the people who get diet may also want the caffeine-free. That's probably the people who are looking out for their health may be also wanting no caffeine in it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, if you're really looking out for your health, you're not even drinking.
But so Joanna, I was asking him, so why would you want full sugar Dr. Pepper, but just without the caffeine?
Because they're yummy.
Because it's a bedtime snack.
That's exactly what he told me.
Or in the middle of the night.
He wakes up in the middle of the night and he's like, well, I need some Dr. Pepper, but I don't want to stay up.
You know how you get that?
Want water.
And I don't want it to be diet.
How do you feel about like Kool-Aid?
He's a pretty good comic, but
I'm for it.
No, I don't like that. I never like tea. Like people drink tea like iced tea, like crazy. Right. Disgusting. I mean, that is water that you ran through some dirt, basically.
Buzz, honey, I need you to drink some water.
You don't like it. I don't like the way it tastes.
You have the taste of a 13-year-old boy. Like,
I do like boobs. Anyway, if you know where the gold cans are,
someone let Buzz know where the gold cans
please.
are.
You check my article out at KLAQ.com.
Hey, it's Daniel Paulus. I'll be along starting at 3 with everything from GNR to STP.
Appliances from GE Profile. How doers get more done. Valid September 26th to October 16th.
The Buzz Adams Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 5 to 10. KLAQ and KLAQ HD1, El Paso, a town square media station.
We are back with the Buzz Adams Morning Show. We just played that clip where Buzz is asking what happened to all the caffeine-free Dr. Pepper. And Alberto, you will never guess what happened.
It got discontinued.
Yeah, probably. But I'm talking about Buzz the following week. People came and brought him 12 packs of that caffeine-free Dr. Pepper.
Did he get a lifetime supply?
He got enough to supply him to not complain about it for a while.
I'm glad.
And at one point, Buzz had to be like, please don't bring me any more caffeine, Dr. Pepper.
What a lucky guy. Everyone bringing him caffeine-free Dr. Pepper.
Somebody else also brought me those they brought me brownies. But do you remember, I don't know if you remember, Little Debbie had these brownies. They had walnuts on them.
I think I remember like a fever dream.
And then during the pandemic, I guess they stopped making them. So now it's just cosmic brownies, which were delicious and delightful, but they're not the walnut ones.
Yeah.
And I kind of miss those. So somebody brought me cosmic brownies, which I
love
thank
cosmic
you.
brownies.
Cosmic brownies are the
They're
bomb.
the best.
They're fire. But, sometimes I miss those walnuts.
No
but thank you to
comment.
that.
No comment.
What, Albert?
Nothing.
KLAQ wants to send out a big congratulations to Emily Barnish, who heard the money talk when $30,000 said, "I'm yours." She was the winner of our $30,000 money talks. We also want to congratulate some of our cute cash code $100 winners like Irene Lewis and Arturo Prado. Congratulations to them, but sure, be listening in because we have another contest for you. This time, we want to send you to London to see Falling in Reverse. You'll be at the OVO Arena, Wembley for the December 8th Falling in Reverse concert. Here's what you're going to get. You're going to get airfare for 2, a 3-night hotel stay, and $500 spending cash for you to spend however you wish. All you got to be doing is listening for code words to enter on the KLAQ app Monday through Friday at approximately 10 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 p.m., and 8 p.m. during loud wire nights. Winners must have a valid U.S. passport, which only makes sense. You're going across the pond. When Falling in Reverse in London, courtesy of Epitaph Records on 95.5 KLAQ. Alberto,
Yes, ma'am.
have you gone to the haunted house?
Yes, I told you. Remember yesterday I went and I was making beads.
Oh, that's right. You did say that.
Making bead bracelets.
How fun. I think I'm going to check it out this weekend for sure, because apparently somebody heard I was in Go last weekend and I didn't go this past weekend, and they called me out for that.
They got very mad.
But no, I'm planning on going this weekend. It's the single scariest place in all of El Paso. The KLAQ Haunted House of Terror is now open at 13900 Montana. It opens Thursdays, and Thursdays are student discount nights where you can show a school ID and it'll get you $5 off, courtesy of Western Tech. It's open from 7 to 10. On Fridays and Saturdays, they offer extended hours from 7 to midnight, and Sundays, the fear continues from 7 to 10 for those who dare to end their weekend on a scary note. Tickets are $25 per person at the door, but you also have the option to buy the Fast Pass, brought to you by Right Drive. And now we are partnering with Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers to bring you Screaming for Chicken. With this whole week, we're going to be giving out haunted house tickets, but instead of doing Queen of Halloween trivia, we want to hear you scream. And we've already gotten some really good submissions. Pretty good. I think
like
we might
those.
have got a winner already.
I like Jeremiah's the best.
Jeremiah's is really good. We're calling it Scream for Chicken contest with Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, and you have to compete for it. We want to hear those screams. Send those in through the KLAQ mobile app. To do so, all you got to do is tap on Submit Media to put in your scream, but you could also call into the neckline like these callers did at 844-805-6325. That's 844-805-6325. We want your screams, and if you win today, you'll get yourself tickets to the Haunted House of Terror. But by Friday, when we have submissions in, we're going to take our best screams and choose the winner of the best scream, where then you will get 2 additional tickets to the Haunted House of Terror and 2 box combos from Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. How fun.
I think the box, I'm trying to decide what's the best part of the prize. The box combo.
The haunted house tickets.
What they should do is they should take the box combo to the haunted house and then try to eat it on the way.
Throughout the whole
Throughout the whole thing.
Fries everywhere.
And if you finish
Cane
it.
sauce everywhere.
If you finish it.
What happens if you finish it?
We give you, I'm trying to think what would be an adequate prize.
Think about that.
We'll punch 'em right in the
everyone
eye.
else, send us in those screams. We want to hear them, of course. Let's hear from our king of Halloween scream, Mr. Nico Jimian. That's a good scream.
It's a great scream.
We got to send him to the haunted house again. That'll be fun.
And then give him like a GoPro.
Yes.
That
That video that we have that's really famous of Nico going through the haunted house, we didn't have like a GoPro or anything. We had somebody named Michelle who walked through the haunted house with him. And the whole time we were like, you're going to get scared. You know, maybe you shouldn't do this. And she was just like, nah, it's cool. I don't really get scared easily. And she didn't, Alberto. Like, she was just recording the whole time. She doesn't even flinch.
Nerves of steel.
Yeah, right?
No, we should we should give Nico a GoPro and then tell all the actors, like, beat up on him.
Like, give it your all.
Yes.
While Nico goes through
And then give him eggs. No, that's what we should do. Give him eggs.
Why
and then just be like, throw eggs at him.
No, we can't throw eggs at Nico. That's gross.
That would be funny.
What if it accidentally hits somebody else?
No, like we clear it out. Only Nico is
Just
allowed
Nico
inside.
goes-
And then we give them, we prepare them.
That sounds worse than going through a haunted house with a group. Like going
That sounds
through
like
it
assault.
alone. It does
Go
sound
through
like
it.
assault.
Go through it.
But by yourself in a haunted house,
Getting eggs thrown at your head.
minus the eggs. Get off the eggs, Alberto.
Man.
Move on from the
Okay,
eggs.
what about an apple? I'm just
No
kidding.
apple.
A hard
Nothing.
apple.
No throwing things at people at the haunted house.
Oh man.
But can you imagine going by it?
Well, Nico's
by
like
yourself?
barely even people. I'm just kidding.
Going.
We could I'm sure we could do something to make the experience more horrible
to
for
heighten
Nico.
the intensity for Nico.
Give him a wedgie before he goes in there. An
But
atomic
who gives
wedgie.
him the wedgie? Like one of the actors? Buzz.
We'll have Buzz give Nico an atomic wedgie and then be like, go run through it.
Going to a haunted house in a group or as a date, which one's better?
What? Hey, run that through me again? Sorry.
Going to the haunted house in a group or as a date?
No, definitely with a group of friends. Because, I mean, what if you let out a girly scream? What if they catch you off guard? You're trying to, act all mysterious and boom, they get you off guard and you're like, ah! Or like you yelp. One time I heard here in the studio someone yelp. I won't name who did it.
Somebody here yelped?
Yelped. And I literally came out because I thought someone fell. It was like, ah! And I was like, what the heck is that? Imagine if you yell out ah! on a date. You're not getting a second date. Or a third or a next date.
But wouldn't it just enhance your date experience with somebody?
No, if they see you get violently
you think
scared,
that if you yelp like that,
she's gonna get
she's
the
gonna
ick.
get the ick?
Yes. She's gonna see you scare at a minor, at a 15-year-old dressed like a clown.
So the point for the guy would be to be tough.
I just don't see it being a win-win scenario.
Really?
I mean, getting scared at a haunted house, she's probably gonna be like, this guy's getting scared at a haunted house?
What if she's scared too?
Yeah, I guess.
Both of
but
you are
no,
just a bunch of scared people
scaredy cats.
scaredy cats going through the haunted house.
I don't see it going well for people for the guys, so I don't recommend it. Definitely don't recommend it.
Okay, you've heard it here from Alberto. Does not recommend a haunted house for a date.
I'll raise you another one.
Okay.
Pro or con, or what's our stance on the guy using a gift card to pay on a date?
A gift card in this economy?
Let's say you pull up, boom, the Corralitos, right?
Okay.
He's like, let's go to Corralitos, right? Okay. Boom, you pull up, you guys order. He doesn't tell you what to order. He was just, y'all order. And then the check comes, and then he pulls out a gift card, and he's like, here you go.
Nice. In this economy?
Okay, so you don't mind.
I don't mind.
All right, good. All right.
Savvy. Financially savvy is how I see it.
Okay.
Why do you think it's...
No, I've just because I've.
Do you have gift cards?
I've been coming into a lot of gift cards through different methods, and
right.
I don't know if that's a go or a no go to take a.
What if you just on the down low, you're like, tell the waiter, hey, here's a gift card.
Yeah, that's what I told my friend. That's what I told my friend. I was like, I'll go before.
Right.
I'll go to the bathroom, cut the waiter off, and be like, yo, pay with this. Close me out right now. Close me out right
and they're
now.
like, she just ordered dessert.
Yeah, close it out. Close it out. I don't care. Close it out. Just don't bring this gift card back to the thing.
The whole maneuver of trying to do that makes it sound cheap, as opposed to
just paying with the gift card.
With the gift card.
I don't know. I think girls might be like, really? You couldn't just pay? I don't know. That's a hard one in my opinion, because I think it's clear cut. It's like, no, dude, you cannot pay with a gift card.
I think it's because you're real young. I think maybe in my 20s,
I'm gonna ask
I would have been like, huh.
I'm gonna ask next door, see what their opinion is. But even then, I don't do it. Been coming into gift cards. I've just been going solos. I went to Shiba Hut by myself the other day. Stuff like that. A lot of solo action. A lot of solo gift card action.
That reminds me. When's the last time you got a hug?
That wasn't my mama.
Yeah.
Shout out my mama. The last hug I got that wasn't my mom, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe.
Men out there, specifically men out there, when was the last time you got a hug? And before you answer, let me be clear that I'm talking about a straight up textbook hug. I'm not talking about the embraces of sexual intercourse or anything like that. A hug, just like a, hey, how you doing? Think about how long it's been, gentlemen, since you've gotten a hug, because a new study revealed that 8 out of 10 men haven't received a hug in the past year. Think about that. We are in October already, and 8 out of 10 men haven't received a hug.
No, that's crazy
right.
numbers. Crazy numbers. The thing is, I'm a hugger. I'm a big hugger. In fact, Nico doesn't even like me, and I think I've hugged Nico. So it's like,
oh, Nico's a hugger too.
Okay, that's good. He just doesn't hug me. But yeah, I'm a hugger. So for example, one of my best friends from high school, his name is Jack, and he isn't a hugger. So a lot of the times when we're hanging out, the first things or one of the things he's saying is, "Get off me, get off me, bro, get off me."
Yeah, there's some people out there, both men and women, who just don't want to be touched in general.
Yeah, and the thing is, this is my issue.
I feel like a hug is important.
Yes, it is. And the thing that happens with me is when I haven't seen someone in a while, like it is the instance with my friend Jack, is I haven't seen him in a while, and I'll see him for the first time.
Your
and it's
first
like,
instinct is you want to hug him.
It's like a puppy. It's like, oh, come here, Jack. Oh, I missed you, man. Come here, man.
That
give me a hug.
aggression.
Yes, I'm just like, give me a hug, man. I want to come here, man. But he's like, get off me, man. So it's like those two clashes. I get like the puppy aggression on like, man, I haven't seen you in forever. And this guy's like, I would literally sell you for a trash can. And I'm like,
they're calling it hug starvation.
Wow. I feel bad for folks. They need to develop a hugging addiction.
Find someone to hug. Hug a tree. Actually, they say like just hugging like a pillow maybe.
Or a dog.
Or
I like
pet.
hugging dogs.
Oh, hugging dogs is fun. Cats.
Yeah,
the ones that let you. But hug starvation is a real thing. In men, generally, that they found 8 out of 10 men haven't received a hug in this past year. And we are in October. Unless you have friends like Jack that you know for sure don't like to be hugged, hug your guy friends out there. Maybe they need it because maybe they haven't been hugged at all this year. Alberto,
have I been
thoughts?
hugged? Well, if someone is on a hug drought, I guess I can help them out.
I know, like Buzz doesn't like to be touched or hugged or anything.
I'm gonna get
but there are instances, like very rare instances, where he will give you a hug, and I will admit it. Buzz is a good hugger.
Aw,
like he really embraces well.
He gives a Hagrid.
The man knows how to hug.
Oh my goodness. Now we're commending him for hugging.
Yes, I think it should be celebrated because he does it. When he does do it, you know that
he means it.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I guess my hugs don't mean much.
Oh, your hugs will always brighten my day.
There you go. Not Jack's, but
maybe not Jack's.
For who?
Not for Jack.
It's for who it's worth.
But hug your guy friends out there. They may need it. We are going to come back with more of the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Of course, we're going to be playing best ofs just so that you don't forget what Buzz's voice sounds like. But we'll have lots more coming up on the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
Find out what's going on. Quirky facts about our region. Urgent things you need to know impacting your drive. And of course, nothing but El Paso's best rock.
This week only on costumes with Target Circle and 20% off candy. Make your Halloween come alive at Target. Restrictions apply.
Let us be your soundtrack to fall while you're cruising around in your turtleneck with your pumpkin spice looking for a spirit Halloween and putting up Christmas decorations.
You can take us anywhere. Did you hear? Summer's already over. Welcome to fall from the Buzz Adams Morning Show.
We got another live call.
Woo!
And
hot topic.
Recap topic for us.
Sure. We're just talking about Generation Z workers and the terrible work ethic that some people ascribe to them.
I do want to just say for the record that this was almost exactly the exact same thing that was being said about millennials 20 years ago.
And you're saying
almost exactly.
Probably about Romans.
Probably about Romans. Probably older generations have always thought the younger generation is crap. Probably goes back to caveman days.
Yep. So
you call that a gathering? Here is Gabriel. Hi, Gabriel.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi, guys. Long time listener, first time caller.
Awesome.
Kind of nervous.
Yeah, don't be nervous. Relax.
First of all,
shake it out a little if you need to. Like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to touch on the subject, on the work subject.
Yep.
Sorry for my English. I'm from Juarez. So I'm more on Buzz's side because earlier Nico said that do you still have to put like 100% into your work? And the answer is, I would guess the answer would be yes, because it's still a job and you still get a paycheck. So, I mean, even though you don't like it, I mean, you still have to do it. And me, like, as a father, it's not about me anymore. It's about my family. So, and earlier I heard like a call from a woman that said she works 40 hours a week and 5 days a week. And I'm like, that's a great schedule. Because I'm from Juarez. I work 6 days a week and a little over 40 hours a week. So I'm like, wow. I mean, you're really going to complain about that?
Wow, yeah, she has
Really?
it easy. Hey, Gabriel, can I ask you a question? How old are you?
Yeah. I'm 27.
Wow. So you're right at the end of the Gen Z.
Yeah.
You're an elder Gen Z.
Yeah, I mean, my daughter is 8 years old. She's about to go 9 years old this Saturday. And I've been working before I knew she was gonna be in this world. So
hey,
I mean,
good for you,
like,
man.
nonstop.
All right. All right. Thanks for the call, Gabriel.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Thanks.
And he reminded me, I was telling that story when I worked at a factory, and since it was a union shop.
Right. This is before they had child labor laws, right?
Oh, I was, I was 17. It was
Industrial Revolution.
So I was saying, like if we had finished everything, we'd made all the pallets and we'd already swept up.
All right,
and
no
there was
more
still
work.
45 minutes. No, you had to sweep for another 45 minutes. Now that was the kind of job that I despise. I mean, though that 45 minutes lasted longer than the entire rest of the day.
well-
So doing a job without my heart in it would be my idea of hell.
Well, you're describing like 90% of people who work, man.
That they just hate their job with a passion?
I don't think you think 100% of people love what their daily job is.
That's because we love our job
Well,
so much.
I would have.
It's hard to imagine.
I would not have wanted to stay in a job like that for the rest
it's
of my
not.
life.
It's unfortunately a reality that some people, can't escape. But I will say, if that is the thing, employers and bosses and jobs have been known to take advantage of workers before. I mean, I think we had a caller that was saying if you are doing any type of orientation, you have to get paid for that. I was saying I don't remember ever getting paid for those orientation days. I mean, that some employers do take advantage of employees, and I think employees standing up for themselves and setting boundaries, it's not a terrible trend necessarily. I mean, using the gym as your excuse, I think, is pretty flimsy.
That's where he went wrong, probably, by saying, I have a gym class.
I have a comment here.
He could have just said,
Exactly,
I have
right.
a prior commitment
Right.
that I cannot break.
Right. But by giving that specific one, it sounds like,
Right.
well, you must not care about the job compared to your gym class. I've got a comment here from the original post. Gen X here. We've been brainwashed into giving our souls to employers. Good on Gen Z for putting their mental health first. I used to tell my employees, I don't want to is a valid reason when I had to ask them if they could work outside of their schedule.
I don't want to.
Your boss does not own you. Your off time is your time.
You're
to do
easily
it as you please.
replaceable by an AI within 6 months, too.
So all of this started because of corporate Natalie. She's a workplace podcaster, and she read this email from a boss. And there's been some.
Hey, if you were a manager of, let's say, a coffee shop, let's say anything, but if you had two employees and one employee was always, well, are we getting paid, or I can't go because I got to go to the gym, and the other employee, it doesn't have to be a guy, never gives you a hard time about that, and then you find out from corporate, hey, we're going to get a new machine in there, you're only going to need one of these guys, you got to get rid of one of them. Who do you think you get rid of?
Okay, good.
Right?
Good thought experiment. I would give another one where, let's say you're working at a call center with 80 people who are on the same level, and nobody's work is really recognized no matter what they do.
That sounds like hell. I mean, I don't know. I think.
You're just that's a reality for lots of people.
I bet you get some kind of bonus if you're like the top salesperson.
Yeah, sure.
A lot of times I turn work into a game. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I really start to understand the dynamics of the show now.
Amen, Moshe. Then they're going to wonder why AI takes over the majority of jobs. Just saying. All right, thanks, Moshe.
All right, here is a reaction video. This is not the guy who was the subject of the email, but he does make it sound like that because he's just putting it from the perspective of the person that has a gym commitment.
about this more later, but I'm going to address this now. It was made very clear during the interview process that the working hours for this position is between 9 to 5 p.m. Eastern time, and I am on Eastern time. I made that very clear with HR because I have commitments outside of work. I go to the gym, I work out because I care about my health. Sure, I can make a sacrifice to go to an 8 a.m. meeting had I known at least a week before that I needed to go at 8 a.m., not a day before. Also, my workout class starts at 7:30, not at 8, but I didn't know that I needed to tell you that. Okay, let's just say I skipped the gym. 2 things. When can I expect you to reimburse me for my class? And 2, are you going to be paying me from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., or at the very least, let me leave at 4 p.m.?
Oh, what a pain in the balls. Hey, I wanted to play. So there's, you know who Corporate Natalie is. I want to play for you a little bit of Corporate Erin. And what her claim to fame is that she has mastered the corporate accent. And sometimes when I walk by and I hear you guys on those meetings, you know, on the speakerphone, and I hear
because we have our video.
Tell me if this person doesn't sound like all those people.
Wait, hold on. Before you do that, just to put a button on this, this is Corporate Natalie's reaction.
All right.
That the working hours for this position.
Hi everyone, I'm the person in that video. First things first, we made the decision to take down the video so it's no longer there. We got a lot of heat, and rightfully so. It was getting vicious in the comments. We decided to take it down. To be clear, we fully deserve this heat. I do feel like with many things on the internet, a little context helps. And I think what we didn't do is provide that context, and that is on us. First of all, I want to clarify. I went straight into reading a listener story that was submitted, and it sounded like I was just talking about my own Gen Z employee that I was disgusted with for working out at 8 a.m. in the morning. This has nothing to do with me.
So she has now had to backtrack and apologize.
This is the corporate accent that I hear coming out of your squawk boxes sometimes when I walk by.
So, Brianna, it's 9:01, so we're just going to go ahead and get started. But thank you so much for hopping on. It's really nice to see the little ones. Here's the thing, okay? So I'm not sure if you were aware of a pregnancy portal, but I went back and I
meetings that Buzz does not attend.
They have specifically excluded. Buzz does not.
You do not get those invites for those meetings.
No corporate meetings that we have to have.
How close to the truth is that?
Oh, I mean, I'm dying.
It's so true because
the way she stops,
is she nailing it?
The way she stops and goes,
and then they try to make it seem like they know who you are, and they have no clue who you are.
No. Oh, thank you for the question, Joanne.
Yeah.
Joanne. For anybody that doesn't know, as soon as you know you're pregnant, you're supposed to log into the pregnancy portal. So then after about 9 or 10 months, you can get your 2 to 3 days out so you can deliver.
We had this meeting earlier this year.
Brianna, when you logged into the pregnancy portal,
I forgot you're pregnant.
You kind of only logged for one pregnancy.
I walk by and I'm like, I am so glad that I got excluded from those.
You always walk in on my meetings.
I've tried to. I've when I'm on. I'll be showing Buzz all the corporate speak, and I get him to be like, all right, try and follow along. Just try and follow along, like SEO optimization.
He has no clue what that is.
It's it's bad enough that I have no clue, but to compound that, I also have no interest in finding out.
Well, you can't teach a really old dog.
But I wouldn't have that attitude if I was on the job for 1 week.
Buzz is like, I've earned this.
Right.
This was a lifetime of dedication to get here.
I busted my hump through my 20s and 30s. It's all downhill from here, baby.
Hey, good morning, guys. I listen to you guys every day. My name's Trey, and I just want to talk about, last generation, new generation, however you guys want to call it. But if last generation is always stronger than the new generation, why do we keep progressing as a country?
So if the previous, I think he's saying, if the previous generation was so much better and the younger generation sucks so bad, why do things in the world keep getting better? Which I believe they do. You would get a strong argument from a lot of people, especially older people. Once you reach a certain age, it's hard to believe that things might actually be getting better from when you were a young person.
It's only getting worse. Everything's getting better.
Everything's getting better. I'm not even an optimistic person by nature, but
No, he is not.
But I recognize that everything is getting better. You don't
You're talking about like infant mortality, just general health, general statistics of dying, war. We haven't had a serious war. I mean, they've said that this has been the most peaceful past 100 years out of.
Well, it seems like we have war every second of every day.
If you look at the people,
what we actually have is a 24-hour news cycle.
If you look at the casualties of war, it's the least amount of casualties of war in like this century has been the least.
I would say it's been an improvement from when I was a teenager and a young adult, where honestly there was no one telling you, oh, you ought to treat gay people with respect. Nobody, not a teacher, not a church leader, not parents. Nobody was ever saying, oh, you should really, be cool to gay people.
Wait, how do we get on this? What?
I was just talking about that things get better.
It gets better.
Things get gayer.
150 years ago, 170 years ago, people kept other people as property.
It gets happier. Okay. I have a comment from my good buddy Ryan Bowron, who I worked with on an ambulance, actually. He says, what about jobs like EMS, where CPR and other emergencies that don't happen on a schedule? We can't just say, oh, it's past my end of shift time. Call someone else. Thank you, Ryan, for bringing this up. I forgot completely how you could be at the end of a 12-hour shift, okay? At the very end.
True.
You have 5 minutes left till the clock, and you're about to clock out. Somebody could come right in through the doors with an emergency, and you're going to be there for
You still have to take that.
at least another hour.
Yeah.
That's
Same
the
at the
definition
nursing
of an
home.
essential worker. Also, you hear this stuff about teachers spending their own money outside of the classroom. I think if you go in teaching and your idea is, I'm not going to be there a second before I'm required to, and I'm going to be out.
becomes a problem.
There probably are teachers like that, but nobody thinks back on them as being the best teacher they had. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine a teacher just like,
I
3:45, I'm out.
I definitely had
I'm
those.
out with
I
you
had
too.
teachers in middle school and high school and probably elementary school.
Were they all coaches?
Yeah,
for some reason.
Well, our school wasn't big enough that you could just be a coach. You also had to teach something, and
Like medieval literature and as Coach Johnson.
No, it was something like history. And they don't want to be there, and they don't want you to be there, or social studies.
Actually, at Jefferson, Coach Pete was supposedly a very good math teacher.
Anyway, I think anything you put your passion into, it's gonna be more rewarding for you. And I'm not just talking about money.
Absolutely.
Well, yeah, but sometimes people don't immediately find that job where they're going to be so passionate and happy with.
You sound very out of touch.
You think I was passionate working at a nursing home?
Right.
Some people probably are. Some people really probably have a
Maybe
passion.
some people are, yeah.
Maybe,
but
yeah,
working
but it
in
wasn't
an ER, people do that.
I mean, now look at me. Here I am.
Yeah. You clawed your
miserable.
way out of the muck.
But what about? But are you going to tell me that all the McDonald's workers are passionate about that job?
If you aspire to do something in the future that's not working at McDonald's, I think you should work at McDonald's with a lot of passion and pride in your work.
Well, I think you should do whatever job you get paid for with a lot of effort.
All this stuff about, we're getting so ripped off. A lot of it has to do with what kind of attitude toward work you have. Not everybody's going to get their dream job.
Well, I mean, there's a lot to talk about this, but a guaranteed guaranteed income might be a thing where people are just going to get money from the government to do whatever they want.
We'll give you like $1,500 a month. Just don't commit any crimes, and we'll just send these checks in and spend them.
Studies have shown that people will use it on housing and rent for themselves.
Feed the machine of capitalism, and all we're asking is that you don't revolt and behead all the billionaires. I mean, that's really when it comes down to that basic income guarantee.
Right. Appease the masses.
Look, it's enough for you to buy some weed, to get video games. You can have the latest phone.
And some Netflix.
Don't revolt and behead all the billionaires. That's all we ask.
While you're working away, we're working for you. Our job.
Get to Petrie Kia. We want to see you in a Petrie Kia. Credit approval required.
Live from the KLAQ studios, the Buzz Adams Morning Show. Courtesy of Glasheen, Vyas, and Inderman Personal Injury Lawyers at GVILaw.com.
KLAQ invites you to some fall fun. El Paso Farmland presents Honeybees, Corn Maze, and Pumpkin Patch. Open weekends through October 27th. Don't miss this year's Big Maze and Kitty Maze. Plus, you'll get to enjoy the pumpkin patches, rides, food, games, or relax under one of the canopies. Seasonal family fun awaits you at El Paso's Farmlands, Honeybees, Corn Maze, and Pumpkin Patch at 1100 Nuevo Waco Tanks Road at I-10 in Eastland. Visit elpasocornmaze.com for all the details. But if you're looking for something more spooky to do, the KLAQ Haunted House of Terror opens this Thursday at 13900 Montana. Thursdays are student discount nights where you show a school ID and you get $5 off your ticket. It's courtesy of Western Tech. Thursdays, they are open from 7 to 10. And then on Fridays and Saturdays, they offer extended hours from 7 to midnight. And on Sundays, the fear continues from 7 to 10. Tickets are $25 per person at the door, including the option to buy the upgraded Fast Pass, brought to you by Right Drive. The KLAQ Haunted Houses of Terror brought to you by Western Tech, Burnout Bullies, War Eagles, and proudly produced and managed by Desert Warriors Paintball. They are also brought to you by Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, which are our collaboration for the Screamin' for Chicken contest with Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. And you have to compete for it. And what are we asking for? We're asking for your scream.
A good old a yelp.
Turn me up there, Alberto. We want to hear you scream. That's a good one. I love that one. We want your scream. Send it through the KLAQ mobile app. All you got to do is tap on Submit Media to turn in your scream, or you could call us on our neck line and leave your scream there at 844-805-6325. That's 844-805-NECK. We're going to choose a winner today, and I think we may have found our winner today, Alberto.
He was an early entry.
Is really good. A very early entry, but I think his scream was really good.
He has a lot of wind on that one.
Yeah, right?
Kind of kept it going. I kept expecting it to end.
Jeremiah, you will win tickets to the Haunted House of Terror, but you are also now in the running for our big contest on Friday. We're going to round up our best screams and choose our favorite, where you'll get an additional 2 tickets to the Haunted House of Terror and 2 box combos from Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. It's Screaming for Chicken with Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers and the Haunted House of Terror out at 13900 Montana. If you submit through the app, remember, tap on Submit Media, throw in your scream there, or send it through the neckline at 844-805-6325. Alberto, you like Raising Cane's? I feel like
I love Raising Cane's.
We've been talking a lot about food today, and it just makes me hungry.
It's obvious we're hungry. We're starving.
We're very hungry. The air show. We're getting a lot of people who are asking us to talk about the Amigo Air Show this past weekend that returned after 12 years. Had you gone to the air show before?
When I was a child, I have memories of going to the air show and getting in a huge tank and getting in a helicopter. But no, unfortunately, this year I didn't make it out. No, unfortunately, the $45 price tag was just really, that's where they lost me.
A bit daunting there,
yeah,
right?
It was too much. I just didn't have it, and I was like, maybe next year.
So I didn't really keep up with the kerfluffle that happened with the air show until I started looking yesterday when people were asking us, hey, are you guys going to talk about the air show? And I was like, well, what happened here?
Well, you were like, well, what happened at the air show?
Happened? Then, of course, I got onto the old Fit Fam. And
Old Reliable.
Old Reliable there.
El Paso's water cooler.
Our TMZ, really. And then I saw that KFOX has a poll up that says, would you return to watch the air show in the coming years? And it's just like yes or no. So, of course, I had to look it up.
And
what happened
at the air show? I don't know. For $45, I expected an Imperial Star Destroyer.
Well,
from
this
Star
says
Wars,
that they were met with challenges on the opening day. Attendees faced frustration as they were prohibited from bringing in their own water, and some reported waiting over 2 hours to purchase beverages on site. That's a long wait for, and then you're out in the sun.
I didn't know that. Wow. Maybe it sounds like just a logistics issue. I think people should give it another shot. Next year, It's the first time in a long time they hadn't done it, and they just working out the kinks.
This does say that while that opening day they had all these big challenges, the next day they did allow people to bring in their own water, and while people were waiting in line to get in, they were giving away free waters.
If I ever had my own air show, I would have a Fry Festival water situation. Remember that?
You know what? It's become a big thing lately to allow people to bring in their own water into venues. They'll have water stations so that you can refill your water bottles and stuff. And it's something that I'm not seeing a lot of here in El Paso. Like when I go out to concerts in Phoenix, Albuquerque,
they'll have refilling stations.
They'll let you bring in your own water to begin with. So you can bring in an unopened water bottle, a gallon of water, or you can take in your refillable metal things, and they'll have to be empty, but inside they have stations for you to go fill up with water.
Yeah, I remember one of the last times Neon Desert was around, they had watering stations all over.
That's great. It's something I wish we could see more of for our events here in El Paso.
Yeah, cool watering stations.
Especially when you know you're going to be out in the heat.
In the sun, yeah.
In the sun, waiting.
Most definitely. What did it look like the second day? Do we know?
I guess the second day went a lot better, especially with the water situation.
Settled. I'm glad. I'm sure they'll work out the kinks.
It sounded like they heard the people's frustrations on the first day, and then they quickly tried to remedy that situation the best that they could. People said they still had to wait long lines for food and stuff, but that's always to be expected, especially for big events like the air show, maybe.
Yeah, I wonder what they were serving.
I wonder
what were they serving? What was on the menu? The air show menu. What were the airmen eating? Were there like flying references, like a flying hot dog?
Oh, and then this said that you could also take in your own foldable lawn chairs, strollers, wagons, things like that. So that's cool. It's good when you can take your own chairs and stuff.
Yeah, and because you'll have a comfortable chair. You know your home ones are comfortable.
You know you're cool because I got my own chair.
Yeah. I remember as a kid, though, I was under the impression that they had a lot of stuff parked there and you could get in and see it from up close. That's how I remember it as a kid. Is that a fever dream?
No, I think you're on the right track. Okay. I have that same fever dream then.
Okay. Because I remember being in a tank. So either I had a serious fever dream.
Or what the hell was I doing in a tank?
I had a scarlet fever.
Oh, we're getting a lot of messages in our app chat, and a lot of them are still asking, who won the 30,000 big ones? KLAQ.
Not me, unfortunately.
Not one of us, unfortunately, but somebody did win. We would like to congratulate Emily Barnish for the Money Talks $30,000 giveaway. Of course, we do want to thank some of our Q Cash Code $100 winners like Ray Macias and Blanca Flores. They did great. We love doing those cash codes. We love to give you money. It's great. Over in the app chat, we're getting a lot of messages about Nico and his hernia. He really needs to get that under control. We got a lot of messages about hugs. And how we talked about earlier, hug starvation, where 8 in 10 men have not been hugged in the past year. And we are in October. Hug your guy friends. They probably need it. But 5 Points Guy says, I only get hugs from my wife and in-laws. COVID and the presidency tore apart the little family I did have. GJ says, I hug my kids every day, and I hug my wife whenever she likes me. Oh, no, I think Zorro's saying he hasn't been hugged in like 8 years. Oh, God.
Who?
Some guy named Zorro. I'm trying to open this message.
Do you be good? Do you be bad?
All he says is 8 years. What does that mean, Zorro? Was it 8 years since your last hug?
That's not good.
That's not good.
See a doctor. See a doctor.
Hug a pillow. Hug a pet. Hug your guy friends.
Hug a tree.
Elko would like to know, what girl would care if you paid with a gift card, Alberto?
I don't know. There's some evil souls out there.
Alberto posed the question earlier, would it seem weird if you were on a date and you paid with a gift card?
I have the feeling that some girls are going to be like, what? So, but also, I'm crazy. So, I may be delusional. Me patina el coco. My head spins on a top. Like,
I don't think I would care if someone paid with a gift card. If you're paying for my dinner.
as long as it goes through.
Yeah. If you're paying for my dinner and you use a gift card, that's cool.
What if, as they hand the waiter the gift card, they say, see how much is on there, huh?
I do that a lot, actually, because sometimes I don't know how much is in the gift card.
I'll do that, but with my debit card.
And
be like, see how much that goes through with. See how much that goes through for.
You treat your debit card like a gift card.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
like,
too
see
sure how much is on this.
Check how much is on this.
No, I don't do it. When I have a gift card for a restaurant, I'm usually like, here's the gift card, which I don't think is going to cover the whole thing. So here's also my card.
That's actually how I shop at Sam's. Because I'll get 10 items. It'll be $150. I'm like, I might have to walk out of here handcuffed. I'm like, I might not make it. I swear to God, I love Sam's.
I love Sam's.
But as soon as I get over 5 items, the thing jumps from like $45 to, congratulations, you're $600 in debt, sir. You work here now. That's what they tell me.
They're like, you're going to have to pay that off.
They're like,
working here.
They're like, what's your availability like?
No, I don't think it's weird if you pay with a gift card. If you're paying for my dinner, that's fine.
Okay.
However it gets the job done, that's cool.
Okay.
Don't be ashamed. I think the whole process of being shady about it is what is weird.
If you're shady about it, then it
like
would be
you tell the
weird.
waiter beforehand, take this gift
Take care of this. Take care of this with this.
right?
Have the tip.
She
have
just
the tip.
ordered dessert, sir. Don't count it.
And be like, no, say you're
close
out
it.
and then close it out.
Tell us you have to kick us out, and so she won't.
Say you're
order.
closing. Say the kitchen is closed. And then like more food is coming out of the kitchen.
Oh man, did you just see some waiters coming with more food to your table?
I
like,
would
no.
I would be the guy that like behind the back cut a girl off. Like stop serving her. Stop serving
If
her.
you weren't in that financial situation that
Yes.
you are now, would you still do that? Like if you knew,
you're like if you weren't broke, you said
if you weren't broke right now, but
would I still
later
cut a girl
on,
off?
and you know that you're
maybe
well off.
if I feel like she's going over the top, you know, like maybe you go on a
I'll
first
have
date.
the lobster.
Yes, exactly. If you go on a first date to maybe like
And the most expensive drink you can make.
if she's like ordering apps and she's ordering, and I'm like, look, man, cancel all that. Well, they're gonna have the chicken nuggets. We're gonna have waters
Get
and
up.
a Coke.
We're going to McDonald's.
2 waters, a Coke to share, and some chicken nuggets off the kid menu. That's what we'll have. That's what I told her.
They're like, fries, sir?
No. What do I look like? I made of money? That's what I tell them.
Oh, Alberto, you never cease to make me smile.
Yeah. People are like, man, that guy's
I
having
love
it
hearing
rough.
your weird dating stories because you're so young, and then it makes me think back, like, were my dating stories when I was in my 20s that weird?
Yeah, I do.
I think so.
The predicaments that that I've gotten myself into, I'm just like, I'll get home from them and I'll be like, never again. I have to stop going out with women. I have to stop doing this. Because I'll get myself in situations I'm like, oh, this is so awkward.
We got one final entry into our
The
Screaming for Chicken contest. This is from Matt.
Sorry, I'm at work. Here's my scream. You ready?
Yeah.
He broke his mic. That sounded
That
like
one
nothing
was like
for a long time.
it kind of like broke out for a minute there.
It broke
Sorry,
this.
I'm at work. Here's my scream. You ready?
He broke the sound barrier.
That kind of sounded scary.
Like someone was taking his soul. He definitely is a close second to Jeremy, right? It's Jeremy.
Matt. Yeah, so this is Matt, he says, but he says he's in Abilene, so he's not in El Paso. But he does say, give it to someone else, but he just wanted to turn in his scream.
That was a
Thank
good
you
one.
for that. Screaming for Chicken. Send us in your scream to the app chat or through the neckline at 844-805-6325. We're giving away extra haunted house tickets, and you could win 2 box combos from Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. Alberto, thanks so much for joining me today. We're going to have another great show for you tomorrow. Special guest tomorrow, Josh Radner, who you may know from How I Met Your Mother, and lots more on the Buzz Adams Morning Show tomorrow. See y'all later.
show is done.
Are we done here? We are done here.
I'd like to discuss this further, but I gotta go.
It's been real, and it's been fun, and it's been real fun.
Goodbye, 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 goodbye.
The morning show will be back tomorrow at 6 a.m.